What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Let me just reset the dryer and I'll be right back.
And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose.
All right, guys, I'm here.
Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Kill this music. We'll roll the intro from Intel Lady. I want to call her Intro Lady now. We are currently live on Facebook and Twitch, and also streaming unlisted to Rumble and YouTube just for the replays. Tomorrow, those replays will be posted there. They should be posted on Twitch as soon as the video ends, but sometimes I forget. I'll try to stay on top of that.
Hey everybody, it's Kim Cold here. Listen up, you guys are really mad at me because of my last broadcast. I disclosed a God dream where we were all instructed by God to subscribe to Cold Beer Confessional channel on Rumble and BitChute and Twitch and YouTube. Listen, it's not my fault. I have to disclose what I'm told by God. So don't get mad at me. If you want to do something about that, the best thing you can do is go into the comments section on his YouTube channel. Just imagine these guys are you guys going into the Wild Bird's comments section and saying things like, your channel is trash, your sunglasses look ridiculous, you're not a real patriot, or, your wife can do better, just anything like that. And for those of you saying that actually that will help his channel because it will bring more engagement and it'll help the algorithms, I've already run this past Uncle Teshy. Uncle Teshy knows about algorithms, okay? There is nothing Nikola Tesla is more expert at than YouTube algorithms. And if he says it won't affect it, then it won't affect it. So I strongly suggest that you guys get into the comments section and call this guy an asshole.
An asshole. That's Intel Lady. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Intel Lady, for the new intro. I still got all the old ones. We'll probably start mixing them up a little bit. I've got new donation alerts to make for Twitch bits that I've slowly been planning out. Different things pop up, different things happen. We'll probably use some of those commercials for that. Instead of having like a random, I'm going to have like a funny, like humorous, not a real commercial that plays when I need to step away from the computer or something. I don't have to put y'all on music. But I'm also going to have some commercials set up like we used to, like the Scott McKay Patriot Street Fighter fruitcakes. I'm going to have some of those that you all could play with donation alerts. So I do still have those, but thank you to Intel Lady for our last two. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you were over on Twitch, we were live for maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes or something before the show started. I was kind of testing to see how the alert system worked. That is what she said. Your wife can do better. Intel lady told me. I've been telling her all that all the time. But I was kind of testing the alerts to see how many people just got an alert if I didn't announce it. So we had like a 30-minute intro to this. So this, if you're watching on Twitch, you're going to see a portion of a video, then the intro, then the rest of the video. Everybody else is just getting the intro and the video. With that being said, thank you again for joining us. Thank you to the new subscribers, the new people here. Andrew back in the chat. I saw you got a new bike, man. Andrew back is from my hometown. We went to high school together. Either way, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you to the new subscribers, new followers, new patrons. I appreciate it. We had a yesterday. Yesterday, I was in Discord chat, and that turned into a thing where everybody wanted to come hang out for a few hours. I had the mods announce it over in Telegram, but we were just hanging out in Discord. The day before that, we had like a 3.5-hour Patreon show for all levels. So if you're a patron, go check that out. Patreon.com/coldbeer.
The Bucka just subscribed.
The Bucka just subscribed. At least the robot got your name right. Again, thank you guys. It's Torquey Bastard. I hear you. Thank you guys for joining us. If you want to support the stream, the best thing you can do is like, share, comment, engage with the video. Go back and watch the replay. Share the replays. Watch them on multiple platforms. Whatever you can do. The more people that engage with this content, the more people that see this content, which is always good. My new stream schedule, if you're not a patron and don't do anything special, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, the live is only on Twitch. The replays are posted everywhere. Friday, the live is everywhere.
Southern Bell 1776 just resubscribed for 9 months.
On Friday, thank you very much for the subscription, Southern Bell. On Fridays, the live stream is everywhere along with replays as well. That's like a bigger show, more researched, more on course. We don't really bounce around. We usually have a single topic we want to get to the bottom of. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, and Sundays, the days I don't stream, that's for patrons or random pop-ups or just chats or playing video games or whatever it might be.
I'm kind of retarded.
Anyways, that's for video games or streaming or whatever we might be doing at the time. But I'll let those people know if it applies to patrons. If not, you might just see me pop up on a Tuesday, Thursday, or a Saturday. All right, let's hop into the main show. Again, you can always go to support the stream financially at coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund, where you'll find all these links, including Dono Clip, the one we've been running most often, where you can record an audio or video clip. It's the same price as same minimum as Buy Me a Coffee. You can join our Patreon for extra content. We got merch. We got all that stuff. If you're interested, that helps support the show financially, pays for the office, pays for the hours, pays for the research, all that stuff. Thank you guys again for joining us and any support you offer for the stream. Let's get started. I found a Q-tard. So let's see where I found. This is a TikTok Q-tard, a rare form. Here we go.
TikTok, good morning. I found something last night and I want everybody to know this. I want everybody to share this, please. I'm fucking serious. Listen to me. I'm not doomsaying anything here. I want everybody to look at their mortgage contract. I want you to know this. If on Monday we begin transfer to a digital currency, your mortgage contract is null and void because the bank cannot change currency. So, all of you people, read your contract law and be prepared to go into the bank and tell them when they switch to a digitized currency that they've broken their mortgage contract and it is now null and void. And you don't owe the bank anything.
There you go.
Look up contract law. Look up banks switching currency on a mortgage contract. And thank me later. I love all you guys. This is how we're going to do this. Watch.
There is such thing. So he fully expects currency to change and disappear. Oh shit! What did I just do? He fully expects currency to change and do the thing. He looks like he's been up all night researching it. There is such a thing that is called a multi-currency clause. A multi-currency clause. And I think it's left over in contract law from like someone, you signing a contract with somebody.
Dr_J_banana just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you. Thank you for the gifted sub. I think it's honestly left over from someone having you sign a contract. And then as you're trying to pay back this loan or contract or whatever, they change the currency on you and make it impossible so they could like foreclose or seize your property or seize whatever your secured debt may be. Now, this case has been to court. This is contract law. It's been around a long time. It actually is. There's 300 bits.
123 X 300.
It actually is, in fact, part of it. Yeah, I see you got a hop train going on. Thank you. If
PR_you betcha just gifted 10 subs.
Thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs, PR You Betcha. If it's a foreign currency. So, like, if they go from U.S. dollars to U.S. digital dollars and that's the known currency, that's not a foreign currency. It's if it's a foreign currency. It says, this is a European case, the first one I pulled up by chance, I guess. The Special Court of Valencia has agreed with our claim. A court decision could be checked via this link. Consequently, the clause for expenses, delayed interest, etc., has been declared void, and also the multi-currency clause, foreign currency, has been canceled. The reasons are detailed, blah, blah, blah. Multi-currency mortgage loans denominated in foreign currency are complex, and they are subject to MIFID regulations. So you could really confuse someone if you tell them they only have to pay back like $1,000, and you only owe us $1,000 a month, but then it's like in Zimbabwe dollars or some shit. Like, obviously you could mess with people. It's not clear. It's overly complex. The bank did not offer sufficient information, but what does it mean? The ruling declared null and void the multi-currency clauses that refer to foreign currency. It forces the bank to recalculate the mortgage based on euros or dollars, whatever your home currency is, your non-foreign currency. But let's say for some reason we just spontaneously did go to a digital U.S. dollar. First of all, it's going to be used in with regular U.S. dollars, right? They're not just going to flip a switch and say, okay, everything's U.S. digital dollars. That's not how it works. But even if they did launch one, that's still not a foreign currency. That's absolutely not a foreign currency. Do you think the government is as silly and dumb to pass a law that invalidates everybody's mortgage in the world in one fell swoop? Of course not. While we're talking about laws, there's a new one that was suggested. It's called the Pelosi Act. Josh Hawley actually introduced this, the Pelosi Act. I don't know if you guys saw this. It was trending on Twitter in the last couple of days. The Pelosi Act. But yeah, it's foreign currency. Foreign currency is the only way it's going to work. If it's why won't this load? If it's U.S. currency, you're still stuck with your mortgage. I know everybody wants a debt forgiveness card for some reason, but it doesn't happen like that. It hasn't happened before. It isn't happening now. I don't know why you think it's going to happen. For real, this isn't going to load. Let's try it again. Fastest internet in all of Tennessee. Can't get a freaking page to load. There it is. All right, the Pelosi Act reintroduction. So Josh Hawley had presented this before. He took it back, reworked it, and renamed it. So it says today, U.S. Senator Josh Hawley, a Republican, reintroduced his bill to ban lawmakers from stock trading. It's called the Preventing Elected Leaders from Owning Securities and Investments, or the Pelosi Act. And it would prohibit members of Congress and their spouses from holding or trading individual stocks. You need to be it doesn't prevent them from doing this if it were passed. Individual stocks. If you're part of a hedge fund or a money market account or something that puts stocks together, you're fine. Individual stocks. Because it seems very weird that Congress always outperforms the average stock trader. even people who have dedicated their lives to understanding stocks and how they trade. Somehow Congress does better. The Pelosi Act. It would prohibit members of Congress and their spouses from holding and trading individual stocks. The bill will require members found in violation to return their profits to American taxpayers. Quote, for too long, politicians in Washington have taken advantage of the economic system they write the rules for, turning profits for themselves at the expense of the American people. As members of Congress, both senators and representatives are tasked with providing oversight of the same companies they invest in. Yet they continually buy and sell stocks, outperforming the market time and time again, said Senator Hawley. While Wall Street and big tech work hand in hand with elected officials to enrich each other, hardworking Americans pay the price. The solution is clear. We must immediately and permanently ban all members of Congress from trading stocks, and their spouses is included. The Pelosi Act will prohibit members of Congress and their spouses from holding, acquiring, or selling stocks or equivalent economic interests during their tenure in elected office. Any holdings in diversified mutual funds, exchange-traded funds, or U.S. Treasury bonds are exempt from the prohibition. Give members of Congress and their spouses 6 months upon assuming office to divest any prohibited holdings or place those holdings in a blind trust for the remainder of their tenure in office. A blind trust means they can't even fucking access it, see it, know what's going on. Ensure members or their spouses forfeit any investment profits to the American people via the U.S. Treasury if they are found to be in violation of the Act. Members who violate the requirements will also lose the ability to deduct the losses of those investments on their income taxes. The Ethics Committee of Congress may levy additional fines and will publicize violations. Require that after 2 years of the Act's implementation, the Government Accountability Office, a GAO, will conduct an audit of members' compliance with the Act. Senator Hawley originally introduced the Banning Insider Trading in Congress Act last Congress, but he took it back and reworked it, relabeled it. I think it's funny he put Pelosi in it. It's kind of like a troll because everybody knows about her stocks and how well she does. Yeah, Martha Stewart got busted for insider trading. Basically, she knew what was happening with the company, and she found out some information. You're in a weird situation. Let's say your buddy that owns Tesla calls and says, "Hey man, we're hemorrhaging company. We're hemorrhaging dollars, and we're going to have to shut it down." And you own Tesla stock. If you're only privy to that information because you're in a special position or know somebody special or know this or know that, like the average person doesn't have access to this information, and you trade your stock out of Tesla because of that, then you're guilty of it. You know something that the general public doesn't know. So there are times where you can accidentally be put in that situation because you got friends who own a company or somebody you know is a CEO or a CFO or blah, blah, blah. But also people go out of their way. Like right before COVID happened, when Congress was telling us not to worry about it, it wasn't going to be that big a deal, they were all fucking selling airlines and hotel stocks and all that shit over and over and over again. It was crazy. Yeah, it was just wild that they were doing it. And they continue to do it. I guess that's the point. So that was interesting that he put that out. I don't think we're changing currency systems. I do have some stuff over here that I forgot to show the other day on Derek. Let's see. So Laura sent me these videos and I never did show them. So I went to the revival today. Didn't get there till late while Scott McKay's speaking. He is really short. Yeah, I know it. Oh, they didn't like recording there. They didn't like recording him. I happened to say something to him as quickly walking by. It's odd to admit that issue with recording him. That's very interesting. Then the post says, exposing Derek Johnson. It says, so Natalie is to the left of him. Let me see if I can open image in a new tab, and I'll read this to you guys. This is from the Exposing Derek Johnson group. Laura posted it there. It's got some pictures, though, and it says, so Natalie is to the left of him, and the lady on the right seemed very protective of him, this older lady here. I was 10 to 15 feet away and was holding my phone at my waist, but it was pointed directly at Derek in this video. Then the lady on the right got up and stood in front of Derek with her back to me, and I could hear her saying something about she's recording. So I promptly stopped recording. I'm pretty sure she was referring to me and must have told Natalie not to be obvious. So Natalie turns and says, "Oh, way over there? Yeah, I'll go check it out." So she walked past me, but if it was someone far away, why would they care if they were recording? I glanced over when Natalie came back, and she had 2 security guards come over. So I stood there for about 5 more minutes making a point that I was not recording, and then walked off and left. I was about to approach him right before that happened. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. In it to win it, Laura out there. And there is a video attached here. Let's see. Can I open this? Open video in a new tab. Is that possible? Oh, it downloaded it for me. That's fine. Let's see if we can play this video.
Where'd you deploy to?
There was 9 people that got it. 7 died. 1, as of a year ago, was still on the respirator. And then there's me. I still had chronic fatigue and pain. Thank you to doctors like Dr. Sherwood to help me get through it. But the Lord still uses.
Yeah, we've already talked about the Fed launching their thing in July. I don't think it's that big a deal, but I see it. I saw you talking about it multiple times.
That when I get too ahead of him, he'll give me that. You better slow down, my son. And that's where we get the peace of him. That shalom, we get close to him. And
that's a cop there from somewhere. It's the Fed Now or Fed Exchange Now or something. Thank you for the gifted subs. Bucka gifted 4 subs. Thank you very much. We have a major microchip company here laid off 100. That sucks.
He showed me heaven. Heaven is glorious. Heaven is real. But he showed me something in that story, which you'll see.
It kind of depends on where you're at, whether they can ban recording or not. It looks like they're outside. If you could get close to a public road and just call public right away, you could record all you want. They couldn't do anything. But I'm sure she didn't want the hassle or being asked to leave, or, you know, even if she's within her rights, that doesn't mean they're going to they won't violate her rights and, you know, ask her to leave or treat her differently or something. I wouldn't want to fuck with security guards either, especially if I was a woman there alone.
Finally going to write it after a long time.
Yeah.
And he said, your report card is emptiness. And boy, talk about getting your attention from God when you know your report card. First of all, if I wouldn't have gone through the marital problems, I don't think I would have been in heaven. Because that.
Oh, yeah. She definitely noticed you were recording for sure. Did you see that? Did you see that switching it up?
I don't think I would have been in heaven. Because that's got me on my.
That was definitely there. Oh man. So thank you very much for sending that clip in. We've had a couple of people going there. It says, I also got a video of him leaning over talking to some people in the car. I thought he had a back injury. Uh-oh. And I got a video of him walking with no limp. That's what she said in chat the other day. His limp disappeared. I thought he had a knee injury so severe he had to use a cane for 3 years. Yeah, of course all of that is is never on the up and up. I wonder what else is going on. We haven't looked at that group in a minute. Let's go over there and see what's going on. Yeah, she was getting over there in a hurry and intended to block him. Derek's biggest. Oh, I probably need to refresh this. I don't know when the last time I refreshed this was, to be honest with you. I keep certain pages open all the time. Derek's biggest fan out here just making up her own reality from scratch. So very excited the Trump indictment go time. Bragg was arrested and hauled away, so this is hammer time. Hard to hold back the tears as I think about the time we have been called to live through. Make sure you have what you need for a few weeks, and let's pray all goes well so a few weeks become a few days instead. Love you all more than words can express. If you need confirmation of what's going to take place, be sure to check the Army veteran Derek Johnson's most recent post, facebook.com/1776nation. I've tried to share the exact post on my page, but Facebook blocks the text from coming to my page. God bless President Trump and our military. What are you going to do tomorrow? Old cult leader hit NYC a bit ago. Or was it a body double? Look out. Oh, he was on Here's Glory as well. I wonder what. I just want to hear his intro and see what he said in his intro. It's on Rumble, so let's see what we can do with it. I like how he introduces himself different every time. How long he's been in the military, what all he's done, who he is, what he knows. It's always different because it's always a lie.
You're looking good.
Oh, no. Looking good.
We've got the best ever. My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want.
Need to get the
Give the body what it needs to allow you to
Glory.
Look at all these freaking ads, bro.
him, nor the young lion in the Cardinals. And we want to welcome all of His Glory Nation from.
Here we go. Is that meth pillow man you got? Yeah, that dude is wild. You know, he threw that event for the hackers and told anybody that could debunk his stuff. Anybody could debunk his stuff. He had like a cash prize. Then the information never showed up to debunk it because a guy who had the information faked a heart attack. Then he claims that he got in a fight in the elevator and somebody assaulted him or some shit. Shit's wild.
Welcome all of His Glory Nation from east to west to north to south. Welcome to today's Take 5, happening Friday, March the 3rd. It's amazing we're into March. One of the great things about March is I heard yesterday morning and this morning, even though it's raining here in Ohio and I haven't seen sun in days, the cardinals chirping. So spring is near.
Oh, goodness.
So speaking of spring is near, revival. We have a revival in.
Actually, they're saying it's April. April kicked off Short King Spring. So celebrate the short men in your life. They are short kings. Short King Spring.
Texas, the great state of Texas. Join us on April Fools. Derek and I were just talking about how it's April Fools and pranks, and we're going to do an April Fool's joke on Satan. So join us there. Chris Burgard will be there. Nick Sir.
An April Fool's joke on Satan. Got it.
Ohio Brett will be there. Scott McCare, Pastor Todd, Doctor, and our location in Texas is. All right, a couple quick announcements before we bring on Derek. Get your of a tent revival. Rain's not going to stop us.
A paid tent revival, unless you're under 30.
All right, a couple quick announcements before we bring on Derek. Get your Mac Bear and.
Yeah, so the guy who had all of Mike Lindell's packets, he's actually done this before. And last time he faked a heart attack and claimed that he had a heart attack, and while he was recovering, someone deleted all the data from his computer. This time he just had serious health concerns. But this is twice he's done it in like 4 years. Claimed to have information about an election that was whatever and then dipped out. He's a scam artist.
Cheese. This is our partnership with Dr. Artis. Again, we want to get our children healthy. This is berry flavored. The #1 chewable.
Please don't buy Jesus vitamins for your kids, guys. Just get regular vitamins.
Vitamins that's made by Bayer, the pharmaceutical company.
Just get regular vitamins. You don't need Jesus vitamins.
And bad. Get the Better Bear.
Yeah, when I was young, Thor, I know you're not from the U.S., but when I was young, we had tent revivals in the summer mostly, big tents. Multiple churches would come, and it wasn't like the regular preacher. It would be like a traveling revival preacher, and we'd invite him there for a week, and it's every day. Starts at like 6 or 7 p.m. Sometimes it would go to like 10, 11 at night, and it would be like 4 or 5 churches got together. It's supposed to like revive the church, right? To get everybody back in the spirit, on the right path, doing the right things, excited about what's coming up. But that's what it's supposed to be for. But it does look like a circus tent.
So get your Mac Bear and cheese flavored bear today, or berry flavored, but the Mac Bear. So many kids need to get healthy. It is sad when I travel the country and travel the world, how bad a shape that our adults are, but also our children. We got to feed our children the right vitamins and nutritions to get them going. Speaking of vitamins and nutritions, get your Kingdom Fuel. We're going to be doing a 21-day fast starting March 20th all the way up to Resurrection Sunday. And
that's crazy.
So get
Bill's third wife.
I start every day with that for breakfast. And that.
How long are these ads? You said a couple of announcements, bro.
In the His Glory, in the His Glory store, we will be announcing more information on the 21-day fast. Plus, we have recipes. There's a lot of great recipes.
Oh my God, dude!
Please,
well, he's still in an ad.
This is where the movie we did with Chris Francois at His Glory. Flynn has been interviewed for that. General Boykin is.
We are 10 minutes into broadcast.
People continue healthy, and it's better. It's better than what we had.
Medishare, he's selling the Indian insurance too.
Before. for, and it's absolutely amazing. So get a MediShare today to save some money, and also they have telemed, so you can call in. As you know, we have the general reason we push this again, system, and Texas is
telemed, where you can call in. He's definitely selling the Indian insurance.
great state. All right, so I think that's all of our announcements, and I'm excited to bring on Derek Johnson. Derek, good to see you. This is the first time you've been on His Glory TV.
It is. It seems like I have before, but I haven't. But it's an honor to be here with you.
If you're wondering why I have 2 vapes, I don't know if anybody has ever asked this. I bought this and just tried it because Mariah likes them so much, but I'm just trying to get rid of it.
And I've heard so much. Even though we've already spoken off screen, off a show, but it's still an honor to be here with you.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you for your service. Your background is amazing. I didn't know this about you and George Strait being the only top 40 hit and military. So you've got a great background of not only great singing and country music, but military codes and all the stuff that's going on. So we're going to pick your brain a little bit on that. But so thank you for your service, and I'm excited to have you at the Tent Revival coming up in April.
Thank you for your service right off the bat. You almost made it through a full contract, almost halfway, whatever.
I'm looking forward to that, and maybe you just never know. Maybe old George will show up. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? But since you mentioned that, I like to tell people. People say, like George Strait, like really? I'm like, look, when you get to attach your name to George Strait, you do it, right? So, but anyway.
Yeah, that's amazing. So we're going to have some great music there, and you're going to play music and talk about your God story, and it's going to be exciting. We're going to have a great group of people going and just praise the Lord.
Wasn't Willie Nelson was in the military, wasn't he? Didn't he have a short stint in the military? Elvis was in the military. Jimmy fucking Hendrix was in the Army. I may be making that up, but I'm pretty sure Jimi Hendrix was in the Army at one time. Willie Nelson was Air Force. Jimmy Stewart. I don't know. Surely some of these people have top 40 fucking hits. Come on.
Who knows? We'll show up. We may have President Trump call in. I think you heard about that, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Well, and it's never know with God, right? I would have never dreamt I'd be sitting right here today. So I have to give all the. It is true, His glory. I have to give Him all the glory, because I was just reading Matthew 24 and 25 this morning, just preparing myself for what the journey ahead looks like. But still, I was that guy that grew up in church, and I didn't read for nothing. I was one of those. So when I tell people to read, I'm actually showing what I didn't do growing up. So
right. So what was your turning point on that? What made you come back?
Oh, I mean, it's amazing to me, because you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to address negativity. You're not supposed to, feed.
Is he going to address the trolls, even though he claims he doesn't?
Negativity and stuff like that. But if there's a way to do that, people want to beat you up because I didn't serve 20, 30, 40 years in the military.
You didn't even serve a single fucking contract, bro. You almost failed out of boot camp bitching about your knee. You had to get a lifeline thrown to you from your brother, your half brother. And then as soon as you went to your unit, you started bitching about your knee. Then you come out. I would have never even known all of this if you wouldn't have come out and claimed that the reason you left the military is because you were being tortured by Obama soldiers. Tortured in the military by Obama cronies in the military is what you called them.
10 or whatever. I had a short service time, but when I was in that.
He says even 10. Not even 4, motherfucker. Not even 4. I didn't serve 30 or 20 or even 10 years. I had a short. Yeah, you didn't even make it to 4.
Nashville, I saw a lot of stuff I want to, it's like Nashville and country music ain't what people think it is. And without going too far down that.
Basically, from the day he went in, he was trying to get out. From the day he went in, he was trying to get out. He ended up rolling that into a medical, and a lot of people do that. A lot of people the Army would refer to as shitbags, broke dicks. That's what they do.
When I left Nashville, the second time I left Nashville, I knew I needed something to lock me in, to not take me back. And so I went back to college briefly, and I just one morning I thought I was a lukewarm Christian. Basically, I did.
And all this shit about I served my country because I felt the need to serve my country. These people who went to get a sign-on bonus or to pay for school or to make to get a place to live. Look, I've seen a lot of good soldiers that are like, hey, hell, I needed somewhere to go. the neighborhood I live in is all fucking thugs and drug dealers, and I wanted to get away from it. Or my dad made me, I got in some trouble, or the court made me, or the whatever. It doesn't matter why you fucking join. If you serve honorably, you serve honorably. Derek Johnson, though, makes it a big fucking deal that you didn't sign up for the right reasons. But he himself only signed up to get his college paid for.
I rode the fence, and I'd pray when I needed to. I'd pray when I needed God or needed something from him. And glory, right? All pun intended, good pun there. But and so I did. I had this calling. I was on my knees one night, and I felt this calling to go in the military. And I was the last person anybody would have ever thought would have gone in the military, because I was a good kid.
Every day.
Discipline and structure, but I didn't have that physique that you thought, would be that guy.
Yeah.
So when I went to the military, I enlisted with a degree. I mean, I could have gone straight to officer candidate school, but there was a reason why I wanted to go and do what I did. And then I was going to drop my warrant officer packet, which I did. I had that in at the time of all my injuries. So if anybody wants to beat you up, beat me up, I can beat my own self up, because
his injuries happened in boot camp. He didn't have a warrant officer packet in.
I didn't get to serve as long as most guys did and do what I felt Derek Johnson, wanted to do. But now that I'm sitting here with you, and after meeting Chris and all the things,
he's a fucking joke, bro. He's a joke.
I'm like, well, like Chris told me yesterday, he's like, dude, because of your oath, because
someone that serves is trying to get out for the 2 years that they're in, 2 years and 3 months or whatever, from day one trying to get out. And then fine, you served, whatever. Check the box on an application or whatever you're doing. Get your fucking cheap tags from the state, whatever you're doing. But then to come on and brag and tear someone else's service down because they don't believe your fucking delusion is crazy. Is crazy. Once he attacked another veteran and said, I'm calling your command, you're acting like this, you ought to know that Trump's the real president, Joe Biden's an actor, and I'm going to report you, and I bet you're a piece of shit in the military, I bet nobody likes you, and you only signed up for this or that. Once he opened that door, we ought to be able to critique every fucking action he took, everything he did in the military.
The kind of person you are, you wouldn't be able to tell people what's going on in active duty service, right?
Right.
And so
there you go. You wouldn't be able to tell people what's going on in active duty service. This is a lie. This is absolutely a lie. You don't just disappear and they have no idea where you're at and shit. I mean, like, Mariah knew I was going to deploy. I wasn't allowed to tell her when I was running missions when I wasn't, but we come up with like a code word for it, for like social media or messages or whatever. She knew what country I was in. She knew what my role was there. She knew what the goal was. Like, it was just dumb. Oh, they can't tell you that they're secretly reinstating the old president to the new president. Okay.
No way for me to doubt God of how I got here. So the turning point, that was a turning point that set me into motion. But the real turning point that made me go, okay, how many strikes do you need with God before he, takes you out or whatever it is, I had a because I am that guy that beats myself up before all this happened and before I realized what God's calling was,
By the way, he tried to say that he had test scores good enough to become a general. That's not how it fucking works. You don't take an entrance exam and they're like, okay, buddy, you can be a general if you want. I know, I set records on my ASVAB, and no one said, okay, man, whenever you're ready, just push the general button.
I let myself get in a bad spot, and I've never been suicidal, but I let myself get in that state of mind that just, I didn't open the shades for 2 and 3 weeks at a time. Right. I'd sit inside. I wouldn't communicate with my mother, father, anybody who loved me.
He claims he has PTSD and night terrors not because he ever deployed, not because he ever saw combat, not because he ever fired a weapon in combat or was attacked or had combat action badge, but because he has night terrors about being late for morning formation.
Unless I had to, and I wouldn't call on buddies like Chris or you, other veterans. I didn't, because it wasn't.
Thanks a lot, Obama.
It's like, well, they understand what I'm feeling, those emotions, and that's why we have 31 suicides a day. Veterans commit suicide a day. So I got in that state of mind. Instead of calling on God, I started lashing out at God, and I got really bad at it. I was GD every other word, GD this and GD that, and I mean, I was just literally spiraling personally, and I didn't call on friends, but I definitely didn't call on him, and spiraled down. And then all of a sudden I had this crazy kind of ATV accident where it wasn't like I didn't hit something. It put me on a ledge, and the ledge gave way on the right side. And the ATV, four-wheeler, whatever people call them these days, but it was hanging on to I was like that.
Wow.
But if I just moved, it was going to roll. And this was a 600-pound ATV. It was going to crush me the way it was sitting. So I opted just to go ahead and fall off and hope the four-wheeler.
This story right here keeps changing. Sometimes his four-wheeler accident is before the military. Sometimes it's after the military, but he claims it has nothing to do with his injuries.
Roll as well. Looked up and I saw it. It just came back like that. I mean, I witnessed that. Now, what's amazing about that is even after that, and I fell about 12 feet. It's about 12 feet fall straight down on rocks. I had to crawl out about a quarter mile, and I still was cussing. It wasn't like I didn't find God right then, even though
He just does the same thing everybody else does. He just does the same thing everybody else does. It's all optics. It's all a movie. This isn't really happening. Did you really see this? Did you really see that? You didn't really see. None of us were in the room, so we can't be sure what was said. That's the same thing that he said on Scott McKay's show. But if that's true, and Phil says it too, none of us were in that room. So why the fuck are you claiming you weren't in that room? But you're claiming you have intel or you found this or you know what happened. But if I say I know what happened, I'm wrong because I wasn't in the room. But if you say you know what happened, you're right just because, I don't know, because you agree with yourself.
I still called out to him, oh God, but as soon as it's kind of like there was a movie with Burt Reynolds years ago where he was out in the ocean and he was swimming, trying to get back to the shore. God, I promise you.
Thank him for the service.
100% of my life. And the closer he got in, the percentages started decreasing. Yep.
Look, I'm a disabled combat veteran, and I didn't do half the shit that a lot of other guys did. I don't try to like knock anybody on the service unless I'm making jokes like with bullshit or something. And I think there should be a separation when people introduce themselves. Like the most respectful way I've ever seen it done is like I'm a veteran, but I never saw combat. I'm a peacetime veteran. Shit like that. I think there should be a distinction there. I think there's a big deal between serving, even if you serve 20 years during peacetime, that's a great accomplishment, but you need to know whether they're a combat veteran or a non-combat veteran. And then, whatever you did, I don't care if you were a fucking cook in Afghanistan. We were all getting fucking shelled. We were all getting attacked. We all heard the shit fucking go down. We all saw bodies coming in on fucking helos and being dragged off and blood trails and shit. You did your job, right? But to tear someone else's service down and you never deployed, you were with a training unit, you were trying to get out from day one, you barely got through boot camp. The only reason you got through boot camp is because your brother, your half-brother called in a favor, and then say that you were tortured, and then try to tear someone else's career down, current military, because they say, hey, I'm currently in the military. This isn't going on. That's a lie. And you're like, I'm going to call your command and I'm going to get you in trouble and I'm going to get you reported and you'll never go and rank and you'll never do this and wait till your commander gets out is fucking ridiculous. No goddamn way.
Right. And so, and I think it was Burt Reynolds, but still with me, yeah, the further I got to my truck, I was just like, and I had to walk 2 miles back to my truck just to get phone service. And I was hobbling and, all my injuries, it was a bad walk and I was cussing. Closer I got to the truck, the more I cussed and the more I was back to myself.
Man, I was in, this is just a story time, I guess. This has nothing to do with Q or any of that. I just want to see how Derek acknowledged or introduced himself in his military career. It's very, 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 very dishonest of him to say, I didn't do 30 or 20 or 10 years. Say you didn't do 4. You didn't do 3, motherfucker. Don't run it up to 10 years because 10 years could still be someone that served 8 or 9. I have a brother-in-law who served like 13 years and didn't try to go for retirement. Now I could understand him saying I didn't get 20 because that's well more. That's a lot more than the basic contract, right? He re-upped a couple times. I don't know. That's fucking pissed me. Anyways, when I first got out of boot camp, I had a Jeep, and I came back home. And me and my dad got this damn Jeep. He might have told the story when he's on, or he will tell it when it's on sometimes. Me and my dad got this Jeep on a trail where I live. There's a place called, there's 2 roads that go like up curvy-ass roads that are parallel to each other and probably about 15 miles apart. They're main state roads. And they go from like Tennessee over to North Carolina, but they're not interstates. They're like 2-lane curvy-ass roads. Well, there's 2 trails that connect them. One is called the Beauty Spot Road. And the other one is supposed to be a horse trail only. Like there's signs warning saying horse traffic only, not a trail, don't go, blah, blah, blah. Well, me and my dad decided to take my little Jeep Wrangler through this trail, okay? And I live way, way, way up in Northeast Tennessee. And we decided to take the trail in this little Jeep Wrangler. And we kept going and going. We popped a tire. I had to change a flat. Luckily, I had a full-size spare on the back, and we had to change a flat. And finally, we kept going. We kept going on this fucking. It was muddy. I was in four-wheel drive. Had to winch it a couple times. And finally, what stopped us is the road was so narrow. The trail was given out on one side. The road was so narrow, and we came to a tree that was down. And this tree was probably like that big around as a basketball, the part that was across the road. And so we had to hike out of there. We decided we were closer to the end than where we had come from, just by how long we had driven. And my dad's not in great shape. You guys have met my dad. But I was in such good shape where I had just gotten out of training with the military that while we were doing this, I was worried to death about my dad. Didn't have cell phone service. I was able to get a text message out later, but not at first. I would run ahead and be like, okay, Dad, we got a little bitty downhill spot. Then we got, a little bit of an uphill and then a long downhill, blah, blah, blah. Running ahead, trying to find anybody that could help us. My sister and my mom couldn't get to us when I finally got a text message out, because the first thing you have to do is cross a deep-ass creek. Like in my Jeep, it almost come through the doors. And my Jeep had a little lift and like 33s on it, 31, something like that. Then we had to hike all the way out of there. I thought it was gonna kill. Oh, I used to live in Oak Ridge. Yeah, that's not Knoxville's like an hour, 40 minutes or something for me. I live up towards Johnson City. But yeah, we had to. It was a mess for sure. I'll have to have him tell the story sometime. Anyways, back to Derek Johnson Exposed. It's all about optics. These are 4 different people. Uh-oh, look out. 1. Oh my God. Look at this goofy fuck when he was in the military. No wonder he wanted to get out. Oh, God. It was a very bad decision. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, I'm glad my dad didn't collapse on me. But, man, it was a fun adventure. We still got the story from it. I also took him, when he was a kid, he used to hike to this place called Rock Creek Falls. I might take Atsuko there when she comes in if Mariah wants to go. But he used to, Sergeant Pyle, that's exactly right. My dad can remember as a kid hiking up this place called Rock Creek Falls. And I took him the last time he ever went. I was in good enough shape that we went up there. We had to stop and rest and take breaks or whatever. But he was able to get all the way there. I actually got bit by a snake while we were doing it, but there's the last time he saw the falls. I got to take him up there, and I doubt he'll be back. He's just older in his health and doesn't have the stamina. Look at these pictures, dude. He's a rough-looking motherfucker.
Industry. They're all independent platforms. They do not work for country music. They do not seek to understand how the industry works. Then you got all your Power 5 major labels who are spending multi-millions to keep all the artists like Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs and all those dudes in the top. So it's no different than paying taxes. You should want to know where your tax money goes, shouldn't you? I mean, isn't that common sense? So wouldn't you want to know about how country music works?
Mariah said there was no baboons for the kids to see, so she bent over and showed everybody her bright red angry asshole.
Don't that mean more music for you? More great music on your playlist?
He needs therapy, not for his PTSD about formation time, which is a fucking joke, but he's got anger issues. Definitely. Could you imagine being in a relationship with this dude and saying the wrong thing and him snapping like this?
Great music? Why in the hell is country music?
Mariah's got it hard enough. You ought to see how I fucking snap on her ass. But I don't do it this often.
Such a big controversy. Why is it such a big fucking deal that I want people to understand how country music works? How? Why? Why is that such a big problem?
I think that's part of the problem, Texas. He's never been put in his place.
I mean, really think about that. Why?
He's never run into a motherfucker having a bad day and has just enough fucking don't give a fuck to dot them fucking eyes.
It's such a big deal that I'm sitting here saying, hey, country music fans, hey, guess what? Billboard has 60 slots on it. Guess what? It don't stop at top 25, so guess what that means? You get more great music on your playlist.
Uh-oh.
So why aren't you sharing stuff that I put out? You don't have to like me. That's fine. You know what? You might not like my style. Great. But what about Bobby McClendon, C.J. Solar, the Desert City Rain?
Easy with the violence.
Dude, I mean, what happened to that? What about all these people? What about all these artists? They get your love.
He's definitely unhinged for sure. Jill Biden was in Dallas watching a championship basketball game, right where his flight app says call sign Executive 1 Foxtrot was located. Why would it be Trump's family? Why imply that? Jill was in Dallas. Jill Biden watching a game, so he was wrong on this. A lot of people alerted me that he was wrong on this. He tried to insinuate it was Trump. It says, what about Jill Biden? She was at the women's basketball championship game in Dallas. That's my thought as well. Or was it Jill Biden? Who knows? But his post, it being that Joe Biden received a full-grade military funeral service on January 20th, 2021, we know what family is on this 100%. Trying to say it was the Trump family. Executive 1, a lot of times, is just family of the president. It's not the president, obviously. It's not Air Force 1. It's Executive 1. But it was Jill Biden watching the ball game. Everybody knows she was there. Everybody knows that was her flight. It wasn't like officially announced, but we could put 2 and 2 together, right? She was there. She announced she was going to be there. The plane was there. I'm preparing Derek for when this is all over and he's back to living in his daddy's trailer. He's never held down a regular job. That's also true. According to his half-brother, he's never really had a job, never really worked for anything. The military broke him. He was, from day one, looking for a way out. It says, never held down it. What job could you recommend for him? Remember, his resume is posted in the group files if you need a refresh. He did say he was good at tent erecting. He's good at pitching a tent. Perpetual resident at local state hospital for the mentally unstable, paranoid folks that won't stay on their meds. Long-term meth head. Trash collection. He does it well now. Oh, those are some good shots at him. Is Derek making his own merch, or is this the official Trump merch? I'm pretty sure this was made by Derek's people. So is he literally grifting Trump at this point because he's keeping what would be Trump's cut? It says, yes, as a spokesperson, Derek Johnson notes, details matter. Trump is still our president and will be again because of that pause. He's spoken about it in his messages, and he's selling 45-47 Make America Great Again hats on his website as his featured product. Damn it. Trump indictment. There's the Trump plane, the Trump mobile. Excellent and easy to understand conversation with Army veteran Derek Johnson on Rumble's Elijah streams. Oh, that guy's crazy. Let's check that out. Prophets and Patriots. Derek Johnson. Let's check that out. That guy's legit crazy. He's the one who has on the crazy prophets that are predicting the end of the world and shit. Uh-oh, look out. 100 bits from Spicy Atsuko. 100 bits from Atsuko. Thank you very much. Prophets of episode 59. There it is.
Can drinking water before bed burn 46 pounds in 2 weeks?
He's got a lot of old ladies fooled. Basically, the ones that don't believe Phil believe him.
The 28th. So.
By the way, Mel K is broken free. Adam on Twitter was pointing out Mel K's broken free from Simon and Charlie, and she's doing a bunch of these Elijah streams. This guy is fucking crazy.
So I like people to know both when we set it and when it's for, so you have a good picture of where that is. We're gonna bring on.
Yeah, you can't be on YouTube; it's unlisted.
Derek Johnson here in just a few moments. We're very excited to have him on.
This guy's creepy to me anyways. His slow, soft voice, the way he keeps rubbing his hands together constantly. I feel like he's plotting like an underage happening that he probably shouldn't be considering.
I'll talk about it. I don't think...
Only my opinion.
With any announcements or any other protocol. So without further delay, with Prophets and Patriots, we're going to bring in Derek Johnson. Here we go.
Oh my God. All the intros, dude.
Derek Johnson, so good to have you back on. This is at least our third or fourth time, I think, isn't it? Somewhere in there. You've been on hundreds.
I'm losing count now. I think that I know for. I think
that was a good freeze frame for him, huh?
Okay, well, it's been great. Let me just remind people It's probably been about a year ago. I was driving over the mountain from Bend, Oregon, up into
The guy's just like this is just my personal opinion. This guy creeps me out. The Steve Schultz guy from Elijah List or Elijah Streams or whatever it's called.
Salem, Oregon area, and someone had sent me a link. I think it was
That's what it should be called. Prophets of the Patriots.
about March of last year, and there's this guy.
You know, I wanted to start it. That's weird that you said that, Bucka. I wanted to start a weekly show called Patriot Prophets, where we would go through people's live streams and see how many donations they got that week, plus how many like Twitch subscribers or paid subscribers they seem to have. Everybody started making it private, though. It would be hard to figure it out now, but I wanted to call it Patriot Prophets, and we would see how much everybody made that week.
In his car, giving the rant of his life. And I was listening to everything he said, and I don't know who sent that to me. And I started saying to myself, who is this guy? And then we had to stop him for some gas or something. And then I realized we're going to go out of signal. So I put you on, you're already filling the airwaves with lots of information. I put it on like double speed and listened to you really rant until I ran out of signal. But I thought, I've got to get this guy on the air. And
I bet.
weeks later we did it. But what I was so amazed at,
Wait a second. Was that a lisp?
you really rant until I ran out of signal, but I thought I've got to get this guy on the air. And a few weeks later we did it. But
oh my God, he has a full lisp pop. At few weeks later, a full pop. I can't do the voice, but Mariah can. She can make it pop. That is a hardcore lisp. When the spit pops in the back of your throat, that is a next level lisp. I can't even do it as like a joke, like the voice. Mariah can do it though.
Double speed and listen to you really rant until I ran out of signal. But I thought I've got to get this guy on the air. And a few weeks later we did it. But
a few weeks later, I can't do it.
appear to be looking at any notes. You were rattling off executive orders that President Trump had done before he left and all that. So I want to cover some of that today. But so Derek, how are you doing? And then I'm going to have you jump off to talk about.
Derek, one of Derek's big accomplishments claims that he went to Mar-a-Lago and explained how Trump was still the president. And Trump was, amazed by it. Wouldn't Trump know that he's still the fucking president? Why would you have to? Wouldn't he just be like, I got you, man. I know. Why would he be like, listen to this guy. You got to hear this. You got to hear. He says I'm still president by this. Wouldn't he fucking know? Like, why would he hold up the phone or whatever Derek claims that has somebody else, his lawyer on the line listening to it? Wouldn't he know?
The different comms or intel that you're gaining from Trump, his speeches and all that. So
I'm gonna ask Intel lady if she can get a new bald cap and maybe like a prosthetic nose and do this right here, and then I can come on and be one of the prophets.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm settling in. I'm embracing the new life per se. I know that I had a lot of people that came on and say, "Hey, can you not be as passionate? Can you not yell in some of your videos?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not really yelling. I'm just passionate." But anyway, it's been fun.
Your fame has really grown. I think you were telling me off the air that you're going on some of the mainstreams now. So
glad you're here, Q idiot.
Good for you, man. Good on you, man. It's you earned it.
Well, he went on one mainstream show and the guy laughed at him
in a very good way. You know your stuff and your passion for the country. So yeah.
Well, the only good thing about it is these laws and orders don't change until they do change. So once you learn them, you're kind of in good graces. But still, it is a lot of information.
Yeah.
It really is.
So where would you like to start today?
Yeah, we can start. I think probably.
He only has one pitch.
The executive orders. That way,
law.
You can understand
laws and orders. That's all he has. That's the only pitch he has.
That's good.
By the time we get to the comms, what they actually mean.
All right, let's do that.
So
just go for where the executive orders. I don't want to steal any thunder or any punchlines, but so just go for it.
Well, yeah, I always start off, and that's what I've been doing on mainstream. Is like I try to tell people, you hear a lot of stuff out there. Oh, this sounds like conspiracy theory talk, and I'm like, look, we're a nation of laws and orders, and now our founders wanted more of a checks and balance type deal. They didn't want too much federal government. They also didn't want too many states to have too much power in a different way. So, I think it's imperative that people know our history first and understand kind of our foundation and what they were dealing with back then and where was the definitive drawing point. There have been wars before the Revolutionary War. There have been conflicts. There have been all kinds of conflicts of interest between different people because, people typically think of just the British being here versus, we had Spanish, we had French, we had Native Americans, we had Canadians, we had a lot of different people who were per se in the new colonies. And people, tend to forget that a little bit to understand what made that definitive line in the sand. There's always been a line in the sand, a long history in every major war. And what was the definitive point in the Revolutionary War? What made the Revolutionary War in that time period so important? Well, it's the reason why we're here. And I always like to tell people, our military, it came first. And there was something that happened in 2016. A lot of things happened in 2016 that will, when we get 5, 10, 15 years down the road, and we look back, we're going to see 2016 as that line in the sand by the military generals and Donald John Trump as their selector. That's the one they wanted as an outsider. So people have to understand that in 2016, that was a definitive moment. And there's a piece of paper that we've never had in our history, never had it outside of the fact that we know that the military came first in our nation, military branches.
He has not dropped any new music. He says he's concentrating on making everybody, he's trying to sign other people to his label. And a lot of times the label is kind of a racket. If you can get one star to pop off, you'll have in perpetuity income coming in, right? So we learned a little bit about this when Ryan Upchurch was fighting with a guy that early on helped produce his music. And Ryan Upchurch said he was removing these videos from Spotify and YouTube because this guy was making like, it was something crazy, like $80,000, $90,000 a month off Ryan's music. So it's a money racket for sure.
And also the law, which they call war articles, June 30th, 1775. All the way from 1775 to 2016, we've never had a piece of paper that solidified, that just clarified via something that people would relate to, which is the United States Supreme Court and the Military Justice Act that shows military laws, courts, and personnel are separate from civil laws, courts, and personnel. So that one piece of paper backs our history. And then when you look at the Revolutionary War, when you think about it, the first shot fired, they call it the shot heard around the world, which was Lexington Concord. That was April 19th, 1775. When you do your math, that was right before the Army was founded, June 14th, 1775.
Oh, really? Okay.
So when you do your math on that, that's a whole year before the Declaration of Independence, obviously 1776. So when you really think about it, though, our founders declared independence 7 years before the war actually was declared over.
I did not know that. Wow.
So when you go read the Declaration, and it tells you how it's our right and it's our duty to overthrow a government that goes against its foundation. It gives us that authority to band together, come together, and overthrow any government. It tells us that. And they declared that 7 years before the war ever ended. So they were saying, come hell or high water, no matter what, we're going to win this thing at all costs. So we just know it happened to end 7 years later. I'm willing to bet if it would have gone on to 10 years or 15 or however long. So that's imperative for people to know first and foremost that you and I, me, you, it don't matter our age gap, it don't matter anything of that nature. It's people who establishes government and systems and infrastructures. It's not those titles that run those things. And you and I've heard our whole life. I know you have. I know I have. Oh, well, that's Congress's job. That's out of my pay grade. No, it's not. That is our duty and our responsibility. So that's the first thing people have to know. And the line was drawn in the sand in 2016. Donald Trump was asked, this will come out later, but Donald Trump was asked by the generals to run. He's an outsider. And they were going to run a simultaneous operation, meaning we know for a fact, I can show you, I'm about to show you, where there's a continuity of government in paper, in writing, and it is actually, you have visuals to show it's happening and being implemented, is I guess be the right term. But then also they wanted to run a simultaneous operation with the military to clean out the deep state. And so,
okay, that makes sense.
The what shows this, I call it a blueprint. I have a little blueprint that I'm kind of known for, I guess now. But
yeah, this guy sometimes has some really, really crazy prophets on, like predicting the end of the world, predicting this will happen in so many days, and obviously it never comes true. Or it's the fallacy we were talking about earlier. If you weren't here before the intro and stuff played, we talked about Phil and his followers and what type of fallacy Phil works on it. So there's several fallacies. If you look up like logic and debate, there's several different types of fallacies out there. Phil seems to fall under one called the sharpshooter fallacy. And the fallacy is like, pretend there's a sharpshooter, and he tells you that he's the best sharpshooter in the world. He always hits a bullseye. Well, you ask him to prove it. He goes out, he shoots the side of a barn, a 40-foot by 80-foot long barn. He shoots the side of the barn, takes you over to the shot and says, see, and you say, well, yeah, you hit the side of a barn, and then he draws a bullseye around it. So Phil makes vague predictions or stupid predictions or stuff that's not even related, then suddenly changes his mind and does whatever, and then whenever it's even close to that, his followers run in and say, he predicted this. He predicted this. Like, you know, he's like, something major is going to happen this weekend. Boom. Wasn't Phil talking about something major? Look. And we even talked about, like, it's to the point now where he doesn't even have to call his shot. When he posted 19-12, when he posted Titanic, and then the score was 12-19 on the football game, his followers, so it's like he's taking a blindfolded shot. Sometimes he doesn't even know he took the shot. He's taking a blindfolded shot, and 50,000 followers are drawing the bullseye for him and saying, here it is. This is what he was predicting. He must have told us. He showed us the Titanic because he was predicting the score of this football game. Like, it's crazy, but that's what he falls under.
The Law of War Manual was reissued or issued. The Department of Defense had a new war manual. So it's military lawyers and federal lawyers got together, and they took the Lieber Code of 1863, Geneva Conventions, Hague Conventions, and also
the Law of War Manual, again, is how we interact overseas, how we interact in foreign countries. It has nothing to do with anything on U.S. soil. It is how to conduct yourself overseas for civilians and military members, and proper conduct there to not break international law, U.S. law, or the country's law that you're in, and which one is in higher precedent, which one weighs more, which one, which punishment for which one. Like, it has nothing to do with this.
Nuremberg trials, plus the Law of War manuals from Canada, Germany, Australia.
It would have had something to do with like Nuremberg and stuff like that.
And they took all the strengths out of those, combined those to strengthen our Uniform Code of Military Justice, which is our new military law. So there's that.
When did they do that?
It was issued June the 12th, 2015.
Oh, wow.
Donald Trump rolls down the escalator 4 days later to announce.
Oh, really? Oh, are you kidding me?
Gee. Then you had the military.
Are you? Jeez.
Getting passed until the 2017 NDAA, so the National Defense Authorization Act. It didn't get passed until that, but it was called the Military Justice Act of 2016. That's when they actually started writing on that. So when you think of the Law of War Manual, then you have Trump rolling down the escalator, then you have the Military Justice Act, then you have the election, which no one gave him a shot to win. Nobody gave him. There was 0% that he would win, and all the funny little videos that were circulated during that time period, they did that on purpose. This was all planned. The military, people are going to learn some cool things about the military. They always knew. When Donald Trump says we have it all, we call them all, he's talking about military intelligence. They've always known.
Just resubscribed for 3 months.
Uh-oh. Thank you very much for the resubscription. It was Nana KLM. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
We've always had all the dirt, and we never, that's why no one can point a finger per se. They can, or it could either be all of them point fingers or none of them point fingers to say how come no one ever took a stand before then if they always knew. Well, they had a lot of dirty people behind the scenes that would you could go missing, right? And you could end up somewhere. And we know this in history. We have
that's right, mostly peaceful redhead
of cabals and deep state and mysterious people going missing. So we have facts of that. But you had
mysterious people going missing. Like, half the time they don't even do the research. They'll say this person's missing. Well, his office announced he was going to be on a 2-week vacation or a 2-month vacation or a 1-week vacation. Yeah, but they're missing. Or then they just haven't seen the interviews. Where is this person? Where's this Congress person? Well, they did an interview 2 days ago, and they've been at Congress every day. You can actually look up and see if they were present for a vote. So they're not missing.
The election where he was given no chance. The same night, I'm the one that took that picture. I put it out on the internet a long time ago with Putin and Trump side by side, and it was Fox News, and it said "ready for a reset." Reset was in single quotations. All right, so then you fast forward 3 days before he took office, the Federal Continuity Directive 1 was issued. So that's your first continuity of government document. It's 68 pages long, and it outlines how all 3 branches of government are under a continuity of government. So that means, yes, Congress knows. Yes, the courts know. Yes, they know. So and
you're going to at the end. Excuse me. At the end, you were going to give you the website where people can find all these documents. But one person asked me this earlier today. They said, "Is this in the federal? Is this somewhere they can go and look these up after you quote them?" And you're going to give the actual .gov sites. Is that right?
That's correct. Right? Yeah, you can. Or if you just whatever you use, whatever search engine you use, you just type in Federal Continuity Directive 1 and 2, and they'll pop up on the Federal Register.gov. They're official That's where all of our documents go for our laws, our executive orders, and things of that nature under federalregister.gov. So, and it'll pull up a PDF file. It'll still be a .gov, but it'll be a PDF that'll pull up. And it's the first one is 68 pages. The other one is 41 pages. So that was 3 days before he took office. Then when he took office on the inauguration day, there was some optics there that day. He had 2 military officers standing behind him, and their on the cowboy hat, you have a band. On their headbands was military intelligence, and the other one was Judge Advocate General. So Jack. Wow. So when he says we have it all, we call them all. The ones who catch that the criminals are, military intelligence was judge officers standing behind. So that was 3 days before he took office. Then when he took office on the inauguration day, there was some optics there that day. He had 2 military officers standing behind him, and their headbands, kind of like on the cowboy hat, you have a band. On their headbands was military intelligence, and the other one was Judge Advocate General. So Jack. Wow. So when he says we have it all, we call them all. The ones who catch that the criminals are
sure,
and the ones who punish criminals in the military are Jack. So that was a get go from the start. And then to make things shorter, he issued 10 executive orders between December 2017 and March 2020, 10 with national emergencies inside of them. 2 of those were verbal, but 8 were in executive order form. Now, what makes that different? Sure, Bush had done some executive orders that went over in Obama, and Clinton had done some national emergencies that went over in Bush. But what made this separate and what separated Donald Trump from everybody and anybody outside of
Let's hear it.
World War II? In March 2020, there was what I call the turning point of everything. March 2020, he was asked by CNN and Fox and ABC and all those, "Are you a wartime president?" And he said, "Yes, I believe I am." Now, he was never going to come out and tell you everything that I.
That's not what they're asking. They're like he was very critical of other presidents over the Iraq and Afghanistan war. So when they're asking, "Are you a wartime president?" they're asking, "Do you think you would be good at commanding when there's a war going on?" Whether it's Afghanistan, Iraq, or North Korea, or one of our enemies, would you be? They're not saying. Are you currently saying there's a deep state underground secret war going on?
I've told you, and a lot of this stuff is, once again, it's all law, it's all orders, it's .gov.
That's right. Maelstrom.
Government sites for military. But he was never going to voice this to the public, as he said in 2016. So that's why 2016 and 2020 are pivotal years. 2016 on the campaign trail, he said specifically that never again will we voice to the public what's going on with our military, because if you find out, who else finds out? So that was very pivotal when he said that. Now move forward to 2020.
You got him.
When he said that, he also said that when he said I'm a wartime president, he also said we're in a different war, but same scenario as World War II. Different war meaning an invisible regime. He clarified that we're fighting an invisible regime not known to the people. We know them. The military knows them. Military intelligence knows who they are, but the people don't know who they are. So that's all your rhinos and your swamp and your deep state. But even they have people, what we call rats, that you won't know who they are, who did their dirty work for them, not just in the U.S., but all over. So different war, same scenario as World War II. All right. So the same scenario would be the same laws, the same orders that were used in World War II. A lot of those are being used now. Wow. For example, Roosevelt, there's always this debate out there, can a president declare war over Congress? And what does the Constitution say? Well, what they're showing you, the military generals, and also Donald Trump being the outsider, what they're showing you is they use Donald Trump as an outsider outside of the system, not a career politician. They took an outsider and showed America that he could keep a steady economy, steady infrastructure, steady.
I'm trying to find fucking dress uniforms for JAG officers or military intelligence or whatever that even fucking have their hat band says JAG. I've never seen someone's fucking occupation on their hat band. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like this is a JAG officer's Watts, like their white dress uniform. See their bands? They don't say shit on their bands. They don't say any fucking thing on their bands. They don't say anything on their bands. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. None of them do. None of them say shit on their bands. Like, I've never heard this before, where he's like, oh, it says JAG on their hat band, which would be this gold band going around it. It's not called a band. I can't remember what it's called, but there's the female version. There's the male version. But it's not that none of them have their like JAG or military intelligence or shit on their band. Now they might make like a, let me see if I can figure out how to search this. They might make a, like a crest hat, like something like this, right? Like a ball cap, and you might have something that says Jag on it, right? Like this is just generic ball cap, but that is their quill and their sword or whatever, saber, for Jag. But I don't understand what the fuck he's saying. Obviously, no one is wearing a ball cap at the inauguration. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. That's what I was Googling over here. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Everything and actually flourishing along with a stable military. As you and I know in history, a Republican president typically would come in, boost all our defense, right? And the economy would slack off, right? And then you'd have a Democrat come in who would cut the expenses of the military, and then the economy would take off. They're showing you that was all a federal government, a federal corporation, though, that was planned. It's what I call the motto they have, where it's basically like they'll start a fire over here that they got the resolution to put it out, right? And they keep the emotions of the people.
Yeah, I mean, their ribbon board. They have their ribbon aboard with their awards, and I'm sure they have some type of, like, we had cavalry sabers, infantry has cross rifles and shit that we like wore on our dress collars to let people know what we did, but generic people really didn't. They just had the regular generic, like non-combat people didn't. They just had the generic, like, army logo or whatever, the army crest. Huh. Interesting.
Always up and down, up and down, up and down. Because why? That creates.
They have, so the military. I know the Navy has different shoulder boards, like the little things that look like they clip on their shoulders. Looks like you'd hang their shirt up by. They have jagged shoulder boards. I've seen those before.
Money in certain brackets, right? Depending on what bracket you are, right? It creates that. It's basically, the other slogan is we already, we create a problem we already have a solution to. So they use Donald Trump to expose the federal corporation that there can be no president now that follows him that can make an excuse that it can't be done. That's what they did. They had him school the federal corporation in every single facet, plus the military, and that's what they're showing people. Now, they weren't going to come out and here's the blueprint, here's all the orders. They showed you along the way, and that's what people should have been doing, like I did, was when he'd hold up something and he'd show he signed it. Well, in 2 or 3 days, it's on the Federal Register, and you can go read it. And these things don't read complicated. They don't read like very difficult. Like most people think of laws, they think it's going to have some kind of legalities and hidden terms that are difficult to read.
I think the last people you would want to have it would be the intelligence people.
Orders read straightforward. This is what we're doing, or this is what this is. This committee does this, or this law. It's straightforward. So that
he also didn't know what he was in the fucking army, and he didn't know what the dress cap was called. He called it a PT cap. So there is that. When it blew off the guy's head, he's like, "Look, this guy isn't even wearing a PT cap."
Baloney just subscribed.
Bologna. Thank you very much for the subscription. I appreciate it.
March 2020 was a pivotal month. That's when he declared 2 verbal national emergencies, and then via Executive Order 13912, this is what made him a wartime president. He federalized 1 million National Guard.
Oh my God! Up to 1 million.
Then you got to go back to the Military Justice Act, military laws, and civil law.
To be called up by other people, not him. To be called up by other people, up to 1 million to help with COVID.
He's a president of the people. He's commander-in-chief of the military. They're 2 separate laws, 2 separate roles, 2 separate duties, and 2 separate obligations. That became a direct order, meaning he's the commander of that order. He holds that command until that order is rescinded or mission accomplished. And that very order, even though Biden extended.
And I can't stand no more listening to him for now. Let's read through some more. That guy is crazy, though. It says Derek has been contracted as our president spokesperson. Oh, no. Let's see what we got here. Is that Scott McKay's hatchet holder? Does he pay somebody to hold his hatchet? Look at this guy. Does Scott McKay pay somebody to hold his hatchet? Laura says yes, and she was there. Hatchet holder. Don't get me wrong, I pay through the teeth to have Mariah hold my hatchet every once in a while, but we're married. He does not have a limp. You're right. We can watch it again. No limp. He's on a cane for 3 years, but no limp. Weird. I think that is Green Day. I think's who they had perform there. Green Day. Limp Dick. Why is this guy holding a hatchet, Laura? Is he Scott McKay's hatchet holder? Oh, Derek No Limp. Fucking dude, this guy's wild. And still no mention of Derek from his glory or Jackset Girls. Looks like they dumped him for being a liability. Oh no, from 10 hours ago. Margaret Imhoff, Felton. I'm mad as hell, Derek. I trusted you, a Christian. I'm not talking about the arrest. Oh, no. Uh-oh, Top Fat Margaret is mad as hell, and she's not talking about the arrest. Can't wait for part 2 of this little drama saga. I checked out her profile, and she's mad as a box of frogs. Look out, Margaret. What's Margaret referring to? No idea. Multiple fashion violations. Trusted him, a Christian. Maybe his Jexit affiliation. Uh-oh. Could be. Derek hasn't got a passport. So how's he going to get to Gitmo? Oh no. Maybe he'll accidentally get there and get stuck. What's he going to do when all his Q-nuts realize he's been making up random stuff and he can't back up? Will he give them back their donations? Absolutely not. Be interested to see how long he can keep the movie optics crap up for. So Trump just landed in MIC. Last hour to do something that occurred to me, something that blows a giant hole in Derek's story about Donald J. Trump still being president. He posted 5 screenshots of military flights in the time frame that Trump's plane was flying to New York City. Whatever plane the president is on is designated as Air Force One. So why didn't Derek post a screenshot of Trump's plane showing that call sign? I mean, that would have been pretty convincing evidence. The sitting president can't be arrested like this. Look out. Look out. Who's that? A female Scott McKay? Jesus Christ, that lady is little. I want to vomit passing human meat off for burgers. This closure will impact more than 2 million employees. Oh, the truths we're about to learn will shock us to our core. McDonald's layoffs, everything is fine. Where does it say human meat? Ruthie Wolf. Come on, lady. So my drive home, I started thinking about some things I heard. Like I heard the part of Scott McKay's story. He is really short, super short, by the way, and Derek looked and acted like a normal person. What if we are the ones that are wrong? I know that sounds crazy, but what if Trump really is in charge? Remember months ago when they issued a no-fly zone over Mar-a-Lago out of the blue? And this indictment is so ridiculous. What if it's really part of the plan? So they didn't issue a no-fly zone over Mar-a-Lago out of the blue. Trump traditionally has not been allowed the no-fly zone out over Mar-a-Lago. They only implement it at certain times, and the reason being is because he's in a major access for an airport there. Like, so usually there's tons of traffic over him. It's controlled traffic. Like you have to have permission to be there, but because it's on an approach to an airport. But they put one up when they were doing something. I don't believe Biden is an actor, but I think maybe he's on a plan too. That would explain blah, blah, blah. And he would be dumb enough to leave that laptop at the repair shop, so-called evidence. Maybe Hunter is part of the plan too, and the laptop. I'm just saying maybe we consider some of this really going on behind the scenes. I know it sounds crazy personally right now, but I'm still seriously starting to question everything. I think you're good. If I had to guess, I would say you're probably good. Trump has booked his private plane to fly to New York for arraignment. Can't wait to see his mental gymnastics trying to explain this. So here's what I don't get about Trump. Trump is a self-proclaimed millionaire. Okay, Trump is a self-proclaimed millionaire. Or, I'm sorry, billionaire. Why is he using this to raise money grassroots style for his campaign? If he was really about his campaign and not taking salary and doing this for the American people, why doesn't he self-fund all that? Sylvia knows what's going on, and she's not even a top fan, just waiting for Derek to give her a human experience, I guess. There is no waiting 20 to 30 years for punishment for a military tribunal, unlike civilian court. Got him. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Oh, no. Look at this. Is she... Oh, my God. It looks like she's playing like a Q-tard, like a crazy Q-tard. Come on now. Listen to Brad Pimp Goldcomb. Each time he mentions optics this week, I could book an exotic vacation. That's true. There was a trend going around on TikTok where you would say, like, I'm on TikTok, and if every one of my followers sent me $1 to my Cash App, I could pay off my house or buy this or buy that. I don't think any of them got any fucking money, but it was a trend for a long time. He's got a trick knee. Look at, what's this one? This is your other leg. Oh, shit. Hold on. This is your other leg, people. You can barely see it next to the lady's knee. So she does have two legs. Conspiracy theory solved. There you go. I don't know why this was gaining so much traction. Of course she has two legs and he has two legs. This was weird. But it was a weird conspiracy. The storm is coming. You just wait. Sure, Grandma. Let's get you to bed. The storm has arrived. Look out. This is just one today. I can't post all the pics. Plus, I don't sit on Flight App all day, but I have thousands of photos on here and my Facebook and in my documents of the military operation taking place, all in laws and orders. Nobody can say it wasn't there. Well, I can. It wasn't there. You made it up. It wasn't there. I'm honorably retired from the Army. Branch retired. I don't talk about my service because I serve my country, not resume. That's a lie. It's all over. It's the only thing he has on his resume. One of the things listed on his resume is have operated the 50 cal machine gun. Like, he's a fucking... I enlisted with a degree not because it was my last resort. He enlisted to pay off student loan debt. Got into my service. It sure wasn't me. It sure wasn't Obama. He's Satan or something, right? He's a Kenyan devil. But he had other plans, doesn't he? Always. VIP experience supposed to be in 20 minutes. Uh-oh. There was no one to purchase a ticket from, and there were two different colored wristbands, so I got one of each color. I just don't know which one is for the VIP experience. Oh, no, you got both of them? Derek Johnson. Matt Letitia. Tom Numbers. I fucking hate Tom Numbers. He counts everything. It being that, oh, here's the post. Joe Biden received official grade military funeral service on January 20th. We know that what family is on this plane. That's the executive one. It was Joe Biden, obviously. Foxtrot. Did they avoid Derek? No pics or video on his glory either. And he posted plenty. Uh-oh. Did they avoid him? Siggy Flicker. At his glory, no words to describe the unity we felt. Oh, these are all just pictures on the same post. There are no Derek photos. That's interesting. I thought I recognized that person. I guess I don't. Or country was founded upon hashtag Jexit. What's it say? No words to describe the unity felt with people from all walks of life, glorifying God and the Judo-Christian principles our country was founded upon. Jexit. Oh, no. More Jexit. People don't like him being associated with the Jewish stuff at all. At all. We can check on Scott Rogers. Everything is a psyop is the psyop. Yes, I agree. Getting ready for Jimmy Levy to take the stage here in Texas. There definitely are no Derek Johnson photos, that's for sure. Is this the crowd? Is this the crowd watching Scott McKay? I know who that's Goldilocks right there taking his picture. There's no woman that would have this much cleavage and this much pussy lips hanging out on stage, right in front of the fucking stage. That's got to be Goldilocks. I can tell by how broad her shoulders are. Jesus Christ. I thought it blew me a kiss. Look at that. It's Goldilocks. She's almost as tall as Scott, and she's on the ground. She comes up to his fucking waist, and he's on a 4-foot stage. Oh, 10 people watching. One person cheering. Look, they've even got a jumbotron. In case you can't get close enough to the stage, here's the jumbotron. Jesus Christ. I was super surprised they were able to turn her ball bag into something that resembled a vagina, but couldn't do nothing with her Adam's apple. I think we went through all of them. Yeah, we can check on Scott Rogers. He's been doing some content today. Looks like baby Trump has been replaced. That's funny. You guys know he messaged me the time that I covered him over the Derek Johnson stuff, like him being in the group chat or whatever. He like messaged me, and first it was like, "Hey, you seem really cool. I'd like to come on your show. I can't believe you talked about me without my permission. This is uncalled for. What if I called my lawyers?" Oh, I'm just kidding. We're cool. Like he's got so many personalities. They were arguing with each other. The blonde lady found her left foot. Maybe she found it on the way to Texas. Maybe. Everybody was aggravating Scott Rogers, saying that his foot was fake. There's nothing wrong with that knee he just spun around on. I'll tell you that much. There ain't no way he's got a fucking knee injury and spinning around like that. A limp I had to live with for the rest of my life. Yeah, Goldilocks is her handle on Instagram. And what Scott calls her, it's his girlfriend. She is. Hold on, I'll show you her Instagram. Hold on. Instagram. I looked through all of Donald Trump's inauguration photos when he was on stage, and there's one person with a Navy hat. Apparently Mariah went out to party last night, and she got picked up on this Instagram. Mariah Jaws Bird. Out there just fucking killing it. No hands. If you go to Instagram and you search hashtag Patriot Street Fighter, on Instagram, and then we just scroll a little bit, we'll find Goldilocks pretty quick. That's how I always find her, because I can never remember what the name of her thing is. But don't worry, she sticks out like a sore thumb when you first see her. Like a gigantic sore thumb. But she tagged a lot of her shit with hashtag Patriot Street Fighter, of course. She'll be in something with some of her assets hanging out for sure. Nope. Save the kids. No. Look at these idiots that would use this as, imagine using this as a hashtag. Imagine being that desperate. Like, look at me. I'm a cutard. Hashtag Patriot Street Fighters. I'm part of a team. Anyways, this is how I always, is that her account right there? It looks like her. Ultra Gal Rosie. That's her. This is Scotty's lady friend. Just out here, slay queen. I heard a lot of people got upset because she was doing some type of story hour at a local school. And a lot of Republicans got upset. Like, oh, they're indoctrinating our kids. And, oh, my God, what are they doing? Clearly, she has a whopping penis. It was upset some of them a lot, I guess. Oh, my goodness. They just keep getting better. Got a lot of frizz in her hair. Must be that high humidity down there in Dallas, Fort Worth. A 70-year-old stripper. I don't know if she strips. I mean, I'm sure she does at some point, but I don't know if she currently does. Let's see her not out on the town. Oh my God. Oh.
Only Stephanie's birthday party setting up. Hi, Stephanie. She's blowing the balloons. We're setting up the decorations. Here's the king of charcuterie himself. Setting it up. Captain Charcuterie. We're setting up the board and setting up the decorations. Getting ready for lovely Stephanie's birthday party. So excited.
Notice how her top lip never moves or flinches or curls or anything. Just solid.
And here we are at lovely Stephanie's birthday party setting up. Hi, Stephanie. She's blowing the balloons. We're setting up the decorations. Here's the king of charcuterie himself. Setting it up. Captain Charcuterie.
I don't think anybody knows when you get those mail order brides. I think they just ship them from a random. I don't think you get to pick. I don't think you get to pick at all.
We're setting up the board and setting up the decorations. Getting ready for.
Looking good. She's out here slay queen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop it. Stop it. That's uncalled for, and you know it. You're not on top of the world. Dear Lord. That side slit's getting up there, ain't it? Jesus Christ. See her ball sack hanging out in a minute. There they are at Fleming's. Prime Steakhouse and Wine Bar. There you go. Does Scott have children? He would have a whole litter of children, but if you don't know, he was in this life-altering, death-defying, sucking walrus, dying cat, God epiphany, death cycle, motorcycle wreck twice, and it took away his ability to produce sperm. He's got pins and bolts and part of an antenna tower and one part off a World War II aircraft carrier in his femur. His birthing hips have been opened twice. Oh my God, where's that bicycle seat going? What the fuck is this? I've seen these bikes in pornos before. When you pedal, the post for the seat goes up and down. Good Lord, lady. I regret clicking on it, but now I can't stop. Where's all her beach photos are pretty good if we can find those. She always looks extremely cold, if you know what I mean. Like the coldest beach photos in the world. Cold. There he is. There they both are standing up. Oh, she's the only one that's got pictures of him without his hat on too. On here, and his very, very, very. Oh, there she is in the official merch. She competed in a triathlon in this official merch in a triathlon. Hey, Miss Dreamweaver, hope you're all right from the tornado or whatever. That's why I say they need to keep natural born females and natural born males out of the same competition. It's unfair. She's over here dominating. There you go. There's a beach photo. Look out. Super fit. Let's see what our hashtags are. Hashtag UltraGalRosie. Hashtag Live Passionately. Hashtag Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Hashtag Lead by Example. Hashtag Triathlete. Hashtag Mermaids do it better. Hashtag Adidas women. Hashtag Adidas runners LA. Hashtag Adidas runtastic. Then she tags like 14 accounts, including Adidas, Adidas runners, Adidas LA, Pepperdine alumni, Pepperdine waves, Pep water polo, Adidas Turkey, hashtag waves up, Pepperdine Sport Administration, Adidas London, LA Running Club, Trail Folks, Blaze Trail Sun, Angel City Run Club, Midnight Runners. She just wants anybody to promote this photo. Anybody in the world. Look out. It's Adidas time. Oh my God. She looks like one of those Halloween decorations that people leave on their porch. And like when you walk up, it like turns its head and it's like, you want some of this candy? And then it like goes, you want some of this candy? You want some of this candy? Like, creepy as fuck, dude. And she makes Scott take all these weird photos in their apartment building. She's also the reason I found out Scott's address. She posts her apartment building too much. I even took a virtual tour of his little condo. It doesn't seem like Scott is the hiking type. It seems like she goes hiking, she does fitness, she goes to the gym, she hangs out with people, and Scott stays at home and streams. And she's got some guy on her neck, you know, just the usual. Seems like she has a much different activity besides Scott does. A very different life. They were actually living in separate places for a long time. He was staying in Dallas or whatever, and she was staying in LA for months and months and months. There's a big one. Happy Father's Day, Papa Bear. And to my awesome dad, to all the wonderful dads on our planet, we love you. I guess she's calling her her daddy. Like, I don't know that she has kids, much less him, but why are you doing a Father's Day post with him and you graduating? I don't know. This is very weird. That's him in the first photo. That's his bald spot. It's worse than that now. That's an old photo. Oh no, she looks cold. There she is, ready for a bike ride. Look out. Assless chaps. What do you know about that, J. Hyde Ashbury? There's their apartment again. I wanted to see, she's got some more with him with no hat on. There's one I want to say he's wearing like an Eagles shirt or something, like some football team in a shirt, and he doesn't have a hat on. It's just like a very ridiculous photo of him. He has like 3 hairs across the top of his thing. Like, she's very active, very athletic, very plastic. He's very not anymore and hasn't been in several years because his injuries. This is a good photo. That basically says, come in, we're open. So that's a good one. Oh, there we go. See, I'm telling you, there's nobody that would be in front of that stage with something this short besides her. With Scott McKay. The shortest thing on the stage is Scott McKay, and second is her fucking skirt, for sure. I can't remember where that other bald photo of him is. I keep getting sidetracked clicking other shit. I just need to be looking for the bald photo. Do you think like he just thinks he's got such a catch that she just goes and does whatever she wants and fucks whoever she wants and does whatever she wants, and he just sits at home and is like, thank God she came back again. Uh-oh, bullshiffer. Uh-oh, bullshiffer. That seems to be the scenario to me. Jim's from Florida. These are some Florida women here. Florida woman. Liz Romper. That's always good. Goldilocks, Tumblr. That's a good leather dress. Oh my God. Oh, does she know her lips look like that? Is she like purposely showing us like the side effects of too many injections, or I don't understand it. I don't know what she's doing. I don't think she knows what the fuck she's doing. If you go back far enough, it goes back to where they're not even together, and she's like, he's like never in any of the photos because she's living out in LA while he's like in Texas or some shit. I'm sure on his next show he'll be like, and this disrespectful basketball-headed bitch, dime store douchebag, wants to talk about his glory and my Goldilocks. She is not in her 30s, but she's still making mistakes like she is. So I think that's how it really counts. There they are, all laid out. Look out. Ooh. Ooh, that one goes hard, bro. They're at a gun show. That goes hard. Hashtag proud fiance. This is from 63 weeks ago. So a little over a year ago. Hashtag proud fiance. Him and Phil have the same hairstyle. His eyes are dead. That's because his penis is also dead. I think once a man loses ability to gain an erection, this is basically what you're left, a shell of a man. I don't know that there's much left. I'm pretty sure they had to use a portion of his penis to construct that lifted heel that he puts down in his boot to make himself over 5 foot tall. That's how he lost it. And then clearly you can tell his forehead is all scrotum tissue. It must have ground it off or something during the wreck. Oh my God. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Lao Tzu. This is him trying to be cool. Oh my God. What you offering up there, lady? Jesus Christ. That was a drastic change. 60-year-old man trying to be 30. 50-year-old man trying to be 30 at a laser light show. Two men just hanging out. And then, boom. You want some? You want some? I'll tie them up in a knot for you. Jesus Christ. Where did that even come from? That was wild. This is how they met when she was in Croatia. He decided to pay the money to bring her over here, and then she really needs a green card, and you know how that goes. If you need a green card, you better be ready to tie the knot. I bet they just sit around and talk about her diet and what her personal best is and how many repetitions she did in power cleans. Yeah, but how many net carbs do you think you're consuming? Right? And if you got 225, I bet you could get, 230. A couple little 2.5, some collars, some little 2.5 collars each side. Something like that. I bet you could. I bet you could. Oh, man. I don't know about him, chat. What do you think? Have you seen a more perfect couple? By the time you say click on the motorcycle pic, I'm probably way, way, way past whichever one you were talking about. There's such a delay. I'm thinking perfect. I've never seen a more. Oh, there he is. Scotty, too hottie. Being someone's first love might be great, but being their last is beyond perfect. Hashtag grateful fiance. There he is. There he is. Look at him. This is, I never got to play football because I was too small and I couldn't get into the military. There he is. Look at, oh my God. This looks like an aging filter. But this is Scott when he doesn't color his hair. Before he started appearing on the live streams all the time, he didn't color his hair. He didn't color his hair. This is his, I was going to say salt and pepper, but it's basically just salt. Powdered salt. Now he uses Just for Men's. They both do use Just for Men. So there you go. I feel like she's got legs all the way up to her ass cheeks. They both share one bottle of Just for Men because it's got 2 applications with it. Oh, God. There he is. God damn, he looks rough, bro. God damn. He's wearing that Sasha Stone necklace. I get why he wears the hat, to be honest with you. Like, I wouldn't go out looking like that. Old and fucking worn out, and damn, he's looking old, bro. Yeah, you little dime-style douchebag. You'll hope you look half as good as me or my sexy husband when you're my age in your mom's basement. Or whatever he's going to say. I'm sure he's going to address it. Everybody will watch this Scott McKay for the next week and see what he's got to say. We don't want to miss it, of course. I don't know. It's like watching a car wreck. I don't want to stop. I feel like just around the next corner, there's going to be bodies laying everywhere. That's why I can't quit you. Oh, no. Lady, we can tell you're not breathing. This is not a normal. We can tell you're not breathing. Does anybody think this is her at rest? Does anybody think that this is just like, oh yeah, she's just posing? You've sucked yourself inside out. Woo. Oof. Baby Trump's even pointing and laughing at it. Oof. Oh, damn. Is that the dress she was wearing at that event? Looks like it. Oof. Oof, baby. Oof. Delicious. I am so attracted to her physique. It is amazing. Here's when he had a little bit more hair. Happy Easter from 2 years ago. Look at his chin strap. You can't see it because my big ass head. Look at that. Look at that. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Look at that shit. Oh. Yeah, all his double chin is pushed back here. Bro, loosen that thing up, dude. Loosen that up. Your chin's going to turn purple. Ah, damn. Current enough circulation to vital organs and shit. Come on, bro. Oh, there's her family back in Romania or whatever. Wherever Yugoslavia. Dude, that is a rough go. Man, just keep wearing the hat, bro. You'll notice in a lot of photos, he tries to cut his head off. Like the top of his head, he tries to cut his head off quite a bit. And it's because his hairline, but just wear the hat, dude. I'm bald, I get it. People see my bald head. I've wore a hat all my life. I just didn't do it when I started getting bald, but still, Jesus Christ, somebody's happy to see me. Just holding that So this was after she successfully had her man parts removed. She's actually holding them up in celebration. That big hog right there is what she used to, she beat Scott into submission with. You can actually see the bone there. Bro, he's got it bad, dude. He acts like this super alpha male. You can tell he's not in charge. How many red card? Here he is. This is a good one. There's another photo before the Just for Men. Scott colors his hair every week. Every fucking week. Everybody thinks these photos are of Scott. This is actually Goldilocks before transitioning. They actually worked out together quite a bit. Here's his headshot where he's going to be in Hollywood. He said that he was offered a spot from a well-known A-list celebrity as the co-star in a series that she was going to do. And he's only said this twice that I know of. And he backed down. The same reason he left politics, because if you're not independently wealthy, then when you go into Hollywood, just like politics, they own you. Next thing you know, you're part of a cult, worshiping an owl, and just sacrificing babies. And he's only said that story twice. He says the politics one all the time. But I think someone checked out his Hollywood claims. He had to quit claiming it. He said he did one script reading, with a famous A-list celebrity, female, that he ended up just bumping into, and they asked him to do a reading with her, and they offered him the spot, and he was instantly going to be a multimillionaire as soon as he signed the contract. He was supposed to appear in some type of long-running, I guess it was like a movie and an option for a sequel and something else. It's going to be like 3 productions together, blah, 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 and he's like, nope. If you do that without being independently wealthy. But he also says his biggest dream was to own a private jet before he hit 30, I think, or 25. I can't remember. But he's also turning down all these things. He says when he lost his election, he ran in a place near LA. He lost his election. That they came to him after he lost his election. He had got less than like 5% of the vote because it wasn't even reported, okay? He lost his election, less than 5% of the vote, that the Republican Party recruited him to run for state senate or state representative, and they were going to have him on the track to be a presidential nominee and probably win, they told him, probably be in the White House within 5 to 10 years. And he turned them down. Said, if I can't be independently wealthy first, I don't want to go. I need to be a billionaire before I go. That way nobody owns me. Nobody owns me. She does kind of look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Where is Schwarzenegger from? That's probably where she's from. And that's probably explains Scott's fetish with her. Uh-oh. She's a little bit furry, too. Look out. How many photos do you think she has Scott take a week? Is he rich? He's not hurting for anything. The condo's super expensive. His buddy started a solar company. And in this solar company, he did these weird estimate things. Like, basically, have you ever been on social media and it says you can install solar now and get the government rebate, blah, 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 and you probably won't even owe us any money. You might make money. And so basically, his company ran those ads, those referral ads. When they got numbers, they referred them to a contractor in your area that would come out and do an estimate for solar. They also sold solar. So they did marketing and like some of the parts and shit. And they got paid by the contractors instead of the customers. The contractors would pay to advertise with them. And they advertise it to people. Jesus Christ. Bathing suit and boots. That's the way I like to go. And he made decent money at that, I'm sure. Like, his buddy started the company, so he was pretty high up in it. All right, I got to go. I got to quit. Good Lord, why can't I stop looking? Oh my God. Why? Why can't I stop? Bro, I can't quit you. I can't quit you. Her success is not proof that you're losing. Her success is just proof that it's possible. Hashtag Lady Boss. Oh, she wasn't wearing snow skis? I thought she was wearing skis. The fuck is under her chin? Oh, that's just a shadow. Oh my God, is she missing a bunch of teeth and shit? This must have been before her Scott McKay Hollywood makeover. I don't know about that one. Tiny girl growing up in Romania. I can understand her fascination with like all this stuff because she grew up in some third world country, right? And now she's being introduced to it all. But I just don't get the Scott. Is that some dude trying to grab her tit? Okay. It's not Scott. We can't see the bald spot. There he is, looking good. Looking good, boss. Than just some random other people. Awesome. Definitely Romania. I think I've changed the country every time I've said it, but now I'm leaning towards Romania. Anyways, let's get away from this. I gotta stop. So we're looking for the improved Wolverine. Let's see. So recently, he's live right now. God damn it. Recently, Scott had a staph infection. I shared it on my account, but on my Telegram and Discord, but I'll share it again here.
Hey, you guys. I'm at the hospital with my...
Hey, you guys.
Top of what the hip joint is. Hurts, and I got a spot on my calf on the right leg. I have to pause to flip and show y'all.
Pause and show it to us. Oh my God.
Right there.
Oh my God. Look at, there's a gigantic whitehead here. Like it's trying, there's so much pressure on it. And down here, there's a hole. Down here at the bottom, there's a hole. So here's a giant, like soon to be whitehead. It's just starting to turn white with all that pressure on it. And then down here, there's a hole. Like a hole in his leg. And then like this is all fucking red, swollen, and has lost all the hair off of it.
It's going to have to be lanced. Pause again. The doctor's going to lance it, see if there's any pus comes out of it. Please pray for me.
Pray for him, chat. Please pray for him, chat.
You guys, I'm at the hospital with my leg, my right leg.
Like it's too easy of a joke. He opens every video with, hey, you guys. Like, of course, like, hey, you guys. Like, that's a built-in joke.
Hello, everyone.
Then he just never addresses it again. In his live today, everybody was accusing him of having a fake leg, and he got so mad he showed it to us. And then the person he had on panel was like, "Oh my God, I'm not speaking again, or opening my eyes back up till you pick up those cigarette butts out of your floor." There were like 10 cigarette butts in his carpet.
How's it going? This video goes to Amy Jo Johnson. You're a great actress. I grew up watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I'm sorry for the loss of Jason David Frank. This tattoo for him, Amy. I'm a fan. I don't know if you know this, but I sent him a very short cameo. And he sent me a video cameo.
Amy Jo Johnson was like the original Pink Ranger. Like girl next door looking brunette. It looks like staff. I don't know. Someone in the chat said it helps if you bathe more than once a month.
Saying that's the shortest. You like that? That's the best cameo.
They take his roaches and smoke them. Bullshiffer said that it looked exactly like an area where roaches lay their eggs.
You ever gotten? We was going to meet one day, but now it'll be in heaven. I've not heard any of your songs yet.
Sorry for the loss of his leg.
It's on YouTube.
I might do a video and try to be super serious and be like, this video's to Scott Wadjoes. I just heard that I was scrolling through your chat. I just heard that you lost your leg. I lost both my legs in a wash machine accident, and I feel sorry. I'll put it on TikTok and tag him in it.
I met Karen Ashley. My first year going to Pensacon. Second year.
Yeah, he's definitely not all there. The problem is he's scamming people, not QAnon scams, more like charity scams, raising fundraisers for kids where he takes all, but he raised like $580 some. He only donated the $80. He spent $500 on toys. Every time he fucks up or says something fucked up or sends nudes to minors and people bust him, he deletes his account and makes a new one. Like half the time he's really funny, but the dude is also a fucking menace to society. He shouldn't be on the internet unsupervised. I know that much.
Met Billy and Adam. I'm just a big Power Ranger fan. And I cosplay as a White Ranger. Yes.
Oh, Mad Face, I didn't even see what you had put up there. Yeah, he's not a good dude. I don't say a whole lot about him because I don't want to get like in trouble for like bashing him or whatever. And I some of his content's really funny. It makes me laugh so much. But he's done some really, really messed up. He was raising money for some charity that TikTok was doing, you know, a lot of TikTokers were doing. And it was like for homeless children or starving children or something like that. He raised $580 some. He showed the receipt of like donating like $82. Then the next video, he had ordered like 480 some things from Amazon, and people accused him of spending the money, rightfully so. And he's like, my dad just bought me a $500 gift card. And then he deleted that account and opened a new one. Then he started making friends with one of the guys that would come on his panel that was genuinely nice to him. Turns out he sent her a bunch of nudes of his dick and said that she should leave the guy who's married to. So that kicked up a new controversy. And when that started coming out, dude, people started coming out of the woodwork and they're like, I didn't want to say anything, but he sends me a picture of his dick like every week. And then it ended up getting into the hands of some minors. It wasn't good.
But I do have a picture signed by him.
Every time he fucks up, he deletes the account. So he's had like 10 accounts I followed him through. Every time he fucks up.
And you're the beautiful woman. Talented.
Probably larger than average.
I made up a new Ranger. The Ultimate Ranger. It's all the Rangers rolled up to one.
Well, that would defeat the point of having all the other Rangers, Scott, if you made all the Rangers into one.
Very powerful. May the power protect you, Amy.
He started this off as, I'm sorry that one of your cast members from the 80s died. Also, I've got a movie pitch here.
Have a blessed day.
Have you ever seen have you ever seen the I'm trying to think of the name of it. Have you ever seen the movie Tremors with the graboid? It kind of looks like that.
Hey, you guys. I'm going to be suiting up as the White Ranger.
Okay.
I'm going to, now that I got a helmet, the right helmet to do this. Been planning on this before I gotten this. Way before.
Oh, I love popping shit tablet. You don't even know I have an obsession with zits and pop. I even got Mariah used to think it was so disgusting, like to pop zits and shit, and like what she still thinks it's disgusting to watch them. But I've even got her to where she'll pop once on my back that like I can't reach or whatever, and then Taka, she acts like she hates it and how nasty it is constantly, but she'll fucking pin me down and do it like she loves it. I got her addicted.
With the helmet on, Saba, boots, everything. Going to kneel down first. Take the helmet off.
It also doesn't help him much that he has little awareness of his body function. So like a lot of his videos, if you pay attention to the background audio, he's just shitting all over himself in these videos. So that draws some negative attention.
Put Saba on the floor. And do a moment of silence. I can do 10-minute video now. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Sorry, ear itched. But
10-minute moment of silence.
Moment.
It is very satisfying.
For Jason David Frank. If you're a cosplayer of the Power Rangers, duet. Peace out, guys.
I'll just buy a spider monkey or something. It says same hair. Oh no. Those pants aren't buckled or buttoned. Moment of silence. Production constraints, no more. I like going in his live and talking to him, but
Have God rest Jason.
Have God West
David Frank's soul. The original white.
Mateus says that bedroom has to smell like Marlboro Reds and bad decisions. I want you to notice something. Look at the physical effort he puts into this video. The physical strain, okay? He knelt down. He took off his helmet and he's going to stand back up. Then I want you to notice the condition his body is in at the end of that.
White Ranger. This is to the family. I will carry on his legacy as a cosplayer of the White Ranger and the Green Ranger. May the power protect y'all. Frank's family.
May the power protect y'all. Frank's family. Bro, all he did was bend down to one knee and stand back up. And he is fucking drenched in sweat. He is drenched in sweat. Drenched. That's not a litter box. That's what he uses for an ashtray and experiments.
Protect y'all. Frank.
It could be a litter box, but he doesn't have a cat, so.
Family. One more thing.
Look how sweaty he is.
To his fellow cast, too.
Unless he just drooled up, it's definitely drenched.
May the power protect everyone.
I saw he's live.
Family.
He's gassed, that's right.
this movement goes or do it a different way.
Here you go, guys. I just want to make a video. Let's stop all hate crimes. He made a video last week called, he said, this is for the video. This video is for the people who still think it's slavery times. So we've graduated from it's not slavery times to let's stop all hate crimes. All of them.
I want to stop all hate crimes.
It's all good.
And I want to have the police involved too. I want to.
I'm going to stop all hate crimes. And I'm going to have the police involved too.
Stop all hate crimes. I watched the movie. It was actually not a movie, it's on here. Videos, few parts. Just remember, love always wins. I want to get the police involved.
He will not update the fucking ER story. I wish he would have streamed Lancing it.
What's going on, everyone? This is a shout out to Kilo, Christina, Hiodos, Jesse.
Earlier today, he kicked this female that he's obviously like tugging it to every time he gets a chance off of his panel because she suggested that someone in the live chat had a cell phone. He kept saying that's not the real. I can't remember what the person's name is, but that's not the real Jimmy. And she's like, yes, he is. He has a cell phone. And he kicked her off and got mad as hell. And he said it can't be the real Jimmy because puppets don't have cell phones.
Have a very cool day. May the power protect y'all. What's going on, everyone? Hello, you guys. What's going on?
Dude, he is so sweaty. Okay.
Good dreams and bad dreams, like nightmares. We all have nightmares, you know. Heck, I do too.
This is like the worst. We all have nightmares, you know. Heck, I do too. Sometimes when you're in the workplace, there's a sultry combination of the neighbor in the next cubicle and her skirt she wore in today. Don't be tempted.
I'm not going to go into mine. What I'm thinking about, what I'm trying to do also, is have something like can catch bad dreams, like a dream catcher in my head. So, I mean, dream catchers, yeah. And no. The dreams are not real. But, y'all.
We've got a kitchen knife block back here, a knife block, solid wood knife block that only the sharpener's left in. Every other spot is empty. Cabinet left open with some Ziploc baggies, some wax paper on the counter halfway rolled out. Yeah, it seems pretty legit.
Bad dreams are not real.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's saltine crackers. The wax paper was saltine crackers. The package.
There's dreams. I do have these dreams called permission dreams.
Permission dreams.
Yeah, that happened.
What's a permission dream? What's on top of your fridge? Hold on.
Called permission dreams.
Permission dreams. More Ziploc baggies?
Yeah, that happened to me quite a few times. When I wake up a few days later, it happens.
Uh-oh. Permission dreams. I wish you'd have a permission that you took a shower or a bath.
Or however long.
Or cleaned your room. We literally legit, there's videos he does when he's playing with his toys that there are roaches crawling across the wall. Like they're not even scared of daylight anymore, bro. They're out in the lot. They must be rabid or something. Because usually they scatter in the lot. They are out and running around and hanging out. Cockroaches.
Let me give you an example. 2 years ago, about Gabby. About a few months ago, before that happened, I dreamt that. I could have stopped myself, but about a few months ago, before that happened, I dreamt that. It happens. Or it's how it along. Let me give you an example. 2 years ago, about Gabby. That happened to you quite a bit. When I wake up, a few days later, it happens. Or it's how it along. Let me give you an example. 2 years ago, about Gabby.
He just farted in the background. Hold on.
2 years ago.
Hear it?
Let me give you an example. Or it's how it along.
See, that was one of the farts. He farts constantly. I don't think he ever notices it, but chat does. That's where I got it from, was the comments.
About a few months ago, before that happened, I dreamt that. I could have stopped myself, but I forgot until last month.
That's usually a deja vu thing where something happens and you're like, oh, I had a dream about this like a few months ago.
When I noticed deja vu. It's also called deja vu too.
Well, that's not premonition dreams.
But anyway, and also dreams can be weird too. I have weird dreams. I have some crazy dreams too. Anyways.
He's so cool. I wish I could smoke like that.
Dreams can start from one place and jump to different.
My lungs are too weak.
Different scenarios.
I'll let you know, Bull.
I dream.
If you're allowed.
Sorry.
He's already having a dream.
Anyways. Dreams can be cool, good, bad, or in the middle.
Cool, good, bad, or in the middle. So I'm guessing cool's above good. So you have cool at the top, then good, then skip one, then bad, and then in the... No, wouldn't good be in the middle?
Start off good, turn bad. It happened to me too.
From that 1 liter of Diet Coke.
Really and truly, you really don't know.
I gotta get stronger lungs or something. This is embarrassing.
I can't. So, I just have to deal with it. And I really don't want to know.
But
most of my dreams are mean too. I don't want to know. But really and truly, all my dreams that I had, I really don't want to know. If I have a dream that I do want to know about, I'll find somebody to help me through and tell me what that dream means.
I'm peanut butter and jelly.
But until then, I don't care about my dreams, what I have. Like, I will give you an example of a dream I did have.
Okay.
Dreamt that I have a daughter.
That's a premonition dream. I dreamt that your mattress fades from white to black, from the white factory end that you've never touched to black where you lay. It's crazy.
A big star.
It looks like a human spontaneously combusted on your mattress, bro. I think immediately, anybody without sheets on their bed, and you can tell like they've been, like there's times where like Ollie peed in our bed or something, we have to take off our sheets. I understand that. Or like you were just too fucking tired to put them on. But if, let's say out of a week, if there's more than 3 days where you don't have sheets on your bed, those people should be culled from society and put in like group homes or something that make them cleaner.
She was getting bullied in school. I went,
Oh my God.
I love ice cream. Cookies and cream. And I went to
Oh, he's got no pants on. This whole video, he's been butt ass naked. Does that change how you watch the video? Does that change it for you, chat? Imagine eating a fucking quart of ice cream staring at your own dick. Bro, at maximum, he's got a thong on.
But until then, I don't care about my dreams, what I have. I will give you an example of a dream I did have.
Watch these legs swing around.
Dream that I have a daughter. A mixed daughter.
Yeah, he doesn't even have like a cotton screen up or nothing to catch up fucking turd winds. Like, he's just letting it out there, bro. There's probably backsplash and shit up against the walls.
She was getting bullied in school. I went. Yeah, ice cream. I love ice cream. Cookies and cream.
No pants. No pants. No, he's naked. He's naked.
The boys stopped.
He's naked. I can hear and sense that at least 30% of our audience had a 50% increase in moisture in their downstairs region. Hell, it happened to me.
Yeah. And yes, sometimes
dribbles on the carpet. There you go. Miss Prince is in a lady wave.
When I was in school getting bullied.
Giblet gravy.
I don't like those dreams. But
it changes the whole, like, I've not seen this. This is a newer one. I looked at his account earlier. This one wasn't on there. It changes the whole dynamic of the video. Like, I'm second guessing everything he did in the kitchen now, all the shit that was on the counter. When he first opened the refrigerator and got that cool breeze of refrigerated air on his hand-me-downs, like, it changes the whole dynamic of the video. I feel like we got to start over, knowing that he's naked.
I mean, dreams are the way we process our minds. Speaking about minds.
Now I feel like he's some type of shaman or guru.
We all do have a power.
So you know, the video before this was him in that fucking costume. You know he's not wearing anything underneath that spandex. And you know what it looks like when you stretch spandex to its absolute limits. You can see right through that motherfucker.
My brain power. You have to use your brain.
Got to use your brain.
Use your brain. That's why God gave it to you.
Use your brain. That's why God gave it to you. You brainiac.
I mean, he's our one true Lord. But anyway. But that's all I have to say about dreams. Except don't act on your dreams. Do not do what I did 2 years ago. That's bad.
Cigarettes and ice cream, the great American dream.
Guys, what's going on?
Someone just commented this, and I feel like this is probably my comment that I would leave. How are you real? How are you real? How is this real life?
Cheers, man.
He's live right now.
Hey, Jeffo.
Ah, he left.
Hey, Kilo.
We're back. Hey, Scott.
Hey,
Somebody asked who your favorite Marvel character was.
Marvel.
He'll let any woman on the panel. It's very hard to get on as a dude.
Oh, there's Dak.
Yeah, I saw him.
Dak's a sweet guy.
Yep.
What up, William? He has asthma.
What? Who has asthma?
Hey, Jackson.
She won't even say it. They're asking why he's breathing so heavy. He has asthma.
I invited you, Christina.
Yes, he's doing a naked live stream.
Christina.
We got to be very careful here. We may get a downstairs picture, if you know what I mean.
Christina, I sent you.
To scrap everything.
Hello, Jeffro.
I'm here. Thank you, everybody, for waiting.
You're welcome.
Jacqueline, I know you're kidding right now, right? We're not
Who?
friends.
Who?
Jacqueline. Just freaking Jacqueline.
Oh, God.
And welcome.
Welcome, everybody. To
I'm highlighting their comments. I got their comments pulled up.
I tried to call you on Snapchat.
I don't think you have my Snapchat name.
Did you change it?
Yeah. I don't want anybody to know it.
Well, you're going to have to give it back to me so that way we can talk like we used to.
Jacqueline, I appreciate you being sincere, but I think you owe people an apology.
I don't know what Jacqueline said.
No, Tony, bye.
I just said welcome to your...
Thanks, your mom.
Oh, shoot.
He's kicking people already.
Love, Jeff.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And also, Christina.
The other guy said welcome to my live, so that he got banned. Yeah. It's not his live. It's Scott's live.
Hey, Stu.
Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
That was very nice.
That was so nice of you, Scott.
No, Tony, I was first. You're about to be blocked, Tony. This is my live, not yours, Tony.
Tony was saying welcome to my live when people came in.
Huh, Tony?
Yeah, Tony. Wow. Wow, Tony.
The title of the live is called Warning Y'all About Someone. I wish we could see the first of it.
This is your very final chance.
Seriously, let's not have it happen again.
Scott, someone asked
hear me
me
out.
we can also do a power.
No, I'm not hearing you out. This is my live. I say welcome.
Fuck Tony. That's right.
All I said was I'm welcoming Jeffro back to your live.
No,
I wasn't trying to be first or anything.
Word welcome. No.
Some nerve.
Okay.
He can't say the word welcome.
That was nice, Tony. That was nice.
You're not allowed to say it.
There's nobody trying to be Vok. I hate when people say that. Because, he's not trying to be Vok. Vok is Vok.
Vok is Vok.
Vok is Vok.
Nobody can be Vok.
Trying to be Vok. There's nobody like Vok.
Here we go. 2-liter chug. Chug challenge.
We did the cat pack roll call.
Scott's got gills. Watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott let us do it.
Oh my God. That is awesome. Good job,
I
Scott.
know. That's what I
so
said.
Thoughtful and nice of you. That was cool.
Wow. I hope you guys are holding your breath at the same time just to see.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony's a bitch, dude. It's always about Tony.
Got it, Scott. Noted. I will subtract the word welcome to your live from my vocabulary.
No, retract. No subtract. No nothing. Just retract.
What about cataract?
I retract.
And cataract deals with the eyes.
Good job, Scott.
Good job. He is
You know
drinking, yes.
You know how I know that?
We twacked it.
How do you know? You have a cataract?
I had cataracts.
Hey, Scott, can I do the Wolfpack roll call?
No.
Odds.
God damn it, Tony. Shut up, dude. Shut up. Fucking Tony's always over here starting shit.
Scott for the Wolfpack because I don't think I'm officially in the Wolfpack yet, but I would love to join.
Oh yeah. Is this Scott? Are you holding interviews tonight?
No, but he can join.
Okay. So Scott, when you do the Wolfpack roll call or what it is, can we go?
Someone said he needs the bathtub twacked. You need a bathtub twacked.
I like that.
NyQuil wants
Scott, I'm
me to
glad you're back.
update.
So glad you're back.
I
NyQuil, you
know.
want up?
That's what we told him when he leaves. Like people want him to come back.
NyQuil wants up, Scotty.
I'll be right back. You guys enjoy Scott in all his glory.
No NyQuil.
I love
I traded
NyQuil's a
him an
Wolfpack
H3.
member. How do you not know him?
He is a boxer, okay? You would like him.
I don't usually do this, but I'll do it once.
Thank you, Scott, for being open-minded.
Yes, that was very nice.
Yeah, making progress.
Welcome to my live, NyQuil.
Thank you. You actually came on the live with me and TC and everybody the other night. I was in the box and we all talked. Remember, we follow each other.
Oh yeah. Duh.
See,
Sorry.
I
Yeah,
told you.
Scotty, I told you.
I'm one of the good guys.
I got a lot, you have to understand. I got a lot in my head. You know.
I can tell.
Skill.
A lot of stainless steel.
A lot of thoughts in my head.
Oh, thoughts.
Skill. You're good at a lot of things.
I mean, dude's a ventriloquist, a guitar player, an action hero.
Oh yeah, Scott also has a GoFundMe going right now to raise $90,000 because he's a traveling musician, and he took the first $25 and bought his first musical instrument, a guitar, to learn how to play it. So he's a traveling musician who can't play an instrument, who's raising $90,000 to travel around the U.S.
Built for it. Why can't I?
Have you done it before?
Huh?
Have you done it before?
Yeah, I put a guy in the hospital.
Oh wow.
He was in a body
definitely do it.
cast.
Body.
Mm-hmm.
Use my fist and whatever I could grab.
Whatever I could grab.
Use my.
Scott's built like a fucking bulldozer. You don't mess with Scott.
He's built like a 400-pound toddler, which is scary enough, to be honest with you.
Christina, I heard that.
Heard what? I missed it.
What's up, Sue?
He said thoroughbred.
There's a type of bear where you don't know what it's going to do, you know, in a fight, you know.
Yeah.
Bears will cheat in fights. There you go.
Scott, you look like you like juke people, you know, like bob and weave, bob and weave.
You don't mess with a bear, Scott.
Oh, we went to visit after one of the storms when my dad was married. We saw Longhorn Steer, and it was coming towards us. My little stepbrother and my cousin
David
was running.
2023 just gifted 1 subs.
Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, just for Scott, too. Thank you for that, David. 2023. David L. 2023. Thank you very much.
That was you all day, Scott.
But my step grandfather scared it away. Was like, Grandpa.
My step grandfather.
I was gonna catch it.
Scott mounted that steer.
Scott don't play.
Yeah. He mounted the steer.
Nothing on you.
Nothing.
And I say this.
He's still naked. He's still naked. Did you see it? He's still naked.
Gave me a nickname. Big Booger Double Alt. Get down.
Watch out. Watch
Say that
out.
again.
Big Booger.
Subtitles for that.
Will you say that again?
Big Booger Double Alt. Get down.
Get down. Don't
Big Booger. Double aught. Get down. How are you still naked, bro? It's been like 4 hours since that video. What do you do all day?
Hey, Mila.
I wish I could be naked all day. You guys can't prove I'm wearing pants.
Mila, did you marry
Well,
me?
that's cool.
That's why it keeps bumping the bottom of the microphone.
Tell the truth.
I really
Did you
don't
marry us?
think.
You hear it every once in a while.
Well, I still stand that I think that's fake, you know. There's what
Big
different
double
ways
R
you know,
get
to
down.
tell if
Hey,
it's fake.
Jackson. Mila, if you would like to come up and address if you were faking your marriage license.
Right.
Not what I'm talking about.
Hey,
What, the
Scott, what was
marriage?
that again? Big booger double R get down?
Double alt.
Double
Double
alt.
alt. That's a cool name, Scott.
Double aught 00.
Scott.
Long
Oh,
time no
Mila.
talk.
I know. Scott, why would I fake my marriage license?
I'm not talking. I'm talking about the pastoral thing.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, why would I fake being a minister?
And I just saw a few signs. I know that it said it was fake. You know,
Mila, while you're here, do you
like
think
what
that
I'm
you could?
saying. I'm not saying you ain't one, but I think you have that just to fool everybody. You know, you don't want to give out your real one. That's what I'm saying.
You think I have
Scott,
two?
somebody called you a cutie patootie.
Oh
Scott.
wow! Didn't Christina get married? I don't know about Christina, but I did marry
Me and Daniel
Kayla and Nick.
Larson are getting a divorce. Yes, it's really sad.
Scott, my hand's raised.
Yeah.
Mila, while you're here, could you marry me and Jay? Or you think you could swing it?
Mila can marry people? Yeah, why can't I marry people, John?
That's why I said, can you marry me and Jay Webster while you're here? I'm glad I caught you.
I know him for him.
Who is Jay Webster?
Are they convincing him that she can marry people on TikTok? Is that what's going on?
She can't marry
he's a subscriber though.
Yeah, he loads magazines, PMags full of roaches, and then dispenses them in other places around his room.
I mean, give the man his 2 minutes.
Christina's stupid. Why, Scotty?
Don't unsubscribe. Scott's just kidding. He was just April Fools.
April Fools has already been over and done with.
Okay.
Because it's April the 1st.
Scott, can I have my nipples?
Well, just because it's April the 3rd doesn't mean it can be April Fools.
Scott, my hand's raised.
Yeah.
Can I have my nipples back that you just tore off?
I did not tell you. That's impossible. That's impossible, Kilo.
Somehow people are sharing images in here,
It's a figure of speech. Like,
and I wish I could see them.
somebody say, oh, you bit my nipples off. Like, you sassed me. You know?
You're
Not
in a
literally.
different part of. You're in a different part of the South than me, because never have I ever.
Have
What
you
part
ever
of the South are you in,
heard
Kilo?
that? Huh?
What part of the South?
Take a guess.
Georgia.
Ew. Don't put her that close to me.
Mississippi.
Scott, you know damn well I'm not from Mississippi.
I know. I'm just joking.
I'm
No,
starting to
you
feel like
don't.
Texas
April
now.
Fools.
No, not Texas.
I'm in West Virginia.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm
I was in
just
West
joking,
Virginia today.
Kilo.
Oh, he got it right.
Yeah, Kilo, that was just an April Fool's joke of Scott's.
No, it's not an April Fool joke.
It was.
April Fool's Day is over.
It was April
But
Fool's.
Scott, can I ask you a question though?
Good.
Mountain Mama.
Since it's April
Mountain
Fools,
Mama.
why
Take me
can't it be
home.
the whole month of April?
Wasn't April Fool's the
It's
whole all
April
month long?
Fool's Day.
It's Short King Spring.
Actually, West Virginia is considered the South.
Yeah,
if you're
West
really
Virginia is
Mason
actually considered the
Dixon, but-
South.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought April
So
Fool's was all month long.
I don't consider
It is.
West Virginia left Virginia because they went part of the Confederacy. So, yeah, technically, I guess they're the South, but really, are they?
Yeehaw.
But I live in South Carolina, so nobody can
Good
tell me
talking,
about
everybody.
the
I'm gonna
South.
drop down to the chat. I'm at work. I gotta punch out real quick.
Oh, it
Okay,
doesn't
bye,
matter if it's deep
Jeffro.
south or not. The fact still remains it's below the Mason-Dixon line.
Do you not hear how she talks? First of all,
I was hoping they'd get him mad while we were watching it, but
as somebody that was born and raised in the
we'll see.
South,
That's my favorite part is when he has a meltdown and starts kicking people off and shit.
West Virginia is the South. I know Texas
Please,
is
yeah,
the
would you
South.
all please look it up that if you're below the Mason-Dixon line, you are considered the southern state. So
Why, Hannah?
take it up with science or whoever the
Same here,
fuck.
Hannah.
Kilo.
Same
I
here.
know that Texas is in the South. I just think that they got way too much going on.
Same here.
Texas to be
Hannah.
the South.
Same.
Hell, California's below the Mason-Dixon line. At least the majority of it is.
Okay.
Oh, boo
You
hoo!
all can
Suck a
argue
fart out
with
of my
whoever
ass.
the state stuff, because if you're below the Mason-Dixon line, you're considered the South. Suck it, fuck it, do whatever, but a fact's a fact.
That's weird. This is getting strange.
Dumbest live I've heard.
Suck it, fuck it, do it, whatever.
Frosif, I'm sad because Hannah's sad.
Oh my God, Frosif! Did you guys
Don't
get married
start. Then my last slide. Then I say
yet? Oh, I'm sorry. You were. I'm done. All done.
Yeah, leave then, ho.
I don't know why it's skipping so bad either.
no.
What is that?
Look at Scott with a filter on.
Yeah, this isn't great.
No filter.
Somebody says it's got to be Marlboro time. Kilo fine as hell.
Somebody's saying they're the leader of the wolf pack.
And that's me.
Vice president of the Ohio chapter.
Christina.
Hmm?
No filters.
Thank you.
He's banning people because they put on filters.
Nope.
No filters. He just had one on, but no filters.
Am I allowed to do this?
That's
Christina
a
doesn't have
filter.
Christina doesn't have a
On my
fillet.
face.
No, I'm about to end my.
This is what he does. This is how he abuses people online. Like, I'm going to end. I'm going to kick you. I'm going to end. You're not allowed to have a filter.
Take it off right now.
Who gives a fuck? It's so weird.
Mila, are you making fun of me right now?
Filters are the devil.
No, never should.
No, he's got a filter on.
Benny.
Mila, don't talk to me like
You're
that.
going to
I
turn
ain't
off
talking.
Kale. No filters.
It's hard.
You know, an interesting fact I did learn about, by the way, not all of West Virginia is even below the Mason-Dixon.
That's because I don't.
But an interesting fact I did learn about, like, lines and shit. Most people in Canada
Love you, Scott.
live south
Them.
of people who live in the United States. So, like, the little part of Canada that shoots down beside the Great Lakes and shit, over 50%, over 70% of Canadians live there on the 49th parallel. But if you come down even further to, like, just at the Great Lakes, like at the center, like Lake Erie or whatever, or Lake Superior, 51% live below that area, in that little bitty area. I'd have to show a map to show you, but
Yeah, you kind of are, Scotty.
Christina.
I said no filters. I mean,
so this is the 49th parallel, like this big line here. If you take that straight across, over like 70 or 80% of Canadians live below that. But if you come down here to where all the Great Lakes meet and go across to like the center of Maine, 51% of Canadians live below that line. So considering we have people live up here in Montana and Seattle, like even Seattle is higher than that. Most Canadians live more south than people in the U.S., which just blew my fucking mind because they always talk about like living up north or whatever, but 51% of Canadians live below this line here, which is wild to me. Like this whole fucking country, which I know most of it's like snow and ice and nasty, but out of this whole fucking country, over 51% of their population lives down here at like Toronto and Ottawa.
Christine, I'm sorry.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Scott's got to go to the bathroom. Is he taking us with him?
I'd let you use a filter.
Thank you, Tony.
A filter?
Tony's going to get run off. Everybody's got a filter on now.
Getting made fun of.
A filter?
I feel
is this your kinfolk?
You know what? When he said that, I was kind of like, I know this man.
I don't know if anything's going to happen interesting or not. I would like to see something interesting happen, but who knows? Guys, it's almost midnight. Thank you for the support. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the donations. These shows are just kind of like hanging out, chilling with you guys, covering what y'all want to talk about. We'll have another show planned out for Friday on all platforms that'll be more straight to the point about a certain topic and try to stay on topic. So if you want to be part of that, come join us. Tomorrow is Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't really stream. If something pops up, or if it's Patreon, you'll know because you're a Patreon and I'll post it everywhere. If something pops up, you might see me live on someone else's panel in Discord, chatting, playing a video game, something different. Also, the last thing I want to share with you guys, let me know what you think about this, which is the brand new. Let's see if I can grab it. It is the basically finished. The basically finished new logo for Jervis, the Devil's Step grandson. What do you think about that, chat? Do we love it? Do we hate it? What do we think? I like it a lot. Got the hat, got the meat hammer glasses. I got one without meat hammer on the glasses as well. Or just plain glasses with like a little reflection on it. I think it's pretty cool. It's going to be stickers. It may actually get on a t-shirt as well. But if you're in the merch level Patreon, you're definitely getting stickers. I'm trying to figure out what t-shirt. I'm going to try to send everybody a t-shirt at that level too, but I don't know what t-shirt yet. I want to release one and then send it to everybody pre-release. So you guys already have it. The patrons already have it. So we'll see what we got. But this is pretty cool. Either way, thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. If you want to support the stream while we're offline, go to coldbeer.fund. Let me know what you think about the sticker. You can comment here on the replay or whatever. I'll read them. We're in Telegram, Discord. Look for me tomorrow. I might pop up somewhere, but it's not like if I pop up somewhere and like people show up, it's not like I'm leaving anybody out. Like I guess somebody felt like it wasn't. I just talked on Discord the other day and a bunch of people showed up. I didn't plan anything out. It wasn't like I was trying to leave people behind or something. I was just there and I was talking bullshit and then a bunch of people came on and we just hung out. We didn't talk about, anything important. I didn't do like a dissertation. It's mostly other people talking. So either way, if you see me pop up somewhere tomorrow, you're more than welcome to join us. I'll be around for sure. Somewhere on the internet. Usually I go and troll like other people's live streams if they're lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays or Patreon shows. And patrons, of course, will know about that beforehand. And of course, they'll see the links in the groups and on the Patreon page. But either way, thank you guys for joining us. Join Patreon if you want extra content. Support the show or offline at coldbeer.fund. Keep it going for free. It used to be 7 days a week, but now at least 3 days a week. Thank you guys. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one. They make fun of me on Discord. Bullshiffer, you can go to bed, buddy. I give you your wife's permission. You can go to bed now. Actually, you have my permission to wake her up, okay? Everybody keep checking in on Scott Wadros. You never know what he's going to do. And if he does something fucked up, he'll delete the video, so check often. Motherfucker has 110,000 subscribers, 120,000 followers on TikTok. I can't get 3,000. Well, hang it up.
Retirement.
Or I probably went to bed already. She never plans on falling asleep. It just happens. She supposedly lays down with Ollie in our bed because he won't go to sleep in his bed or without her, which really turns into nap time for her. And then I've made her over and over again promise that she'd move Ollie before I got home because I can't pick him up with my back the way it is. I don't want to hurt it again. And I was basically crippled there for a couple weeks. That's never happened but one time. Like one time. So usually it's a whole wake Mariah up 9 times to see if she'll take Ollie to his bed. She doesn't pick him up either. She just guides him to his bed and tucks him in. And then finally I can go to bed several hours later after all the wake ups and falling back asleep. And wake up and falling back asleep. Then moving Ollie. Then hearing Ollie cuss and yell and scream. Then tucking him in. Then I can lay down. Thank you for the gifted subs and new subscribers tonight. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, there's no way that we would fit. Like, I wouldn't mind him sleeping in our bed, but I ended up pushed up against the wall and fucking woke up with like my neck broke. It just doesn't work. Mariah sleeps like a starfish, and so does Ollie. And here I am in the very, very, very corner. Absolutely not, Bullshiffer. She's celibate. She took a vow. Yeah, if you're even slightly interested, you should check out Discord. You should check out Discord and at least, it takes a few days to get used to it. It's different than Telegram, but I can do more content there. If you want to be involved in this extra content, I know people don't like. A lot of people's like, I hate Discord. Well, that's fine, but you just can't complain when I'm in a chat there because it's easier to make a chat there. You don't have to join, but that's where I'll probably be doing those, like with random chats where people join me. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you again for hanging out with me. Make sure you're back Wednesday, and then, of course, Friday's the big show. Hopefully you'll be here then, too. Have a good one, guys.